Hello, I'm sponsoring myself. I'm greatwizardmerlan. But yes, we are here, for more D&D. Now we are down one member. Unfortunately, Burke is not well.
That's why, unfortunately, for you guys, I'm on camera.
Because you wanted to be on camera.
No, it's just more convenient for the seating.
You wanted to be. So we are going to continue in his absence. He's going to be doing something. We'll figure it out. But yeah. So so last week, we did some more roleplay stuff, and I got beaten up.
So people actually wanted to do some shopping last week, among other things. So a lot of shopping was done. A little bit of exploring around Obsidia was also done, which was interesting. Silly Carson got into the fighting ring and managed to get himself beaten up.
Lost us money.
Not me.
Bastard.
Managed to get himself beaten up quite soundly, but it was a good fight. He just had some unlucky rolls.
Mm-hmm.
One
Story
job,
of your
buddy.
life.
One job.
It's fine. Give me a couple more levels, and I'll get much more proficient.
Unlucky rolls, story of your life.
Yeah.
So we've narratived a little bit past a little bit of a spar with the guards, which happened during some of the downtime. A few more days have gone past, a little bit more training, a little bit more tinkering, refining, preparing. You craft yourself some ammo, because I completely forgot to say about it last week. You have a total of 30 bullets with powder.
Cool.
And keep an eye on that.
Yep.
Because, bullets are slightly harder to come by.
Bullets.
It looks like I'm naked.
Full sidle nudity.
Well, that does it. We're switch bands.
You like that side boob? Well, you shouldn't, because that's
my
my
side
boob.
Do you even have body fat to have side boobs?
Right.
No, I think he has developed
Okay.
body fat.
I've got a little bit of a belly, but no boobs.
So,
I don't know what you're on about.
5 years ago, I used to be a 26 waist down to 34.
Good.
How are you bigger than me?
Story of your sex tape?
I have a belly, and I'm a 32.
okay,
I feel like
so
some fat shaming is going on. No, but yeah. Okay.
So it gets to the end of the 31st of Octonia.
Okay.
Gets to the end,
In
and
North,
the Lord Tolbrook,
yeah.
during the evening meal, he says, some of my companions have something of a task for you all, and they hope that you will accept. They will speak to you in the morning about the particulars of it. But I would suggest that you get an early night to get some rest, because if you are willing to take the job, then you will be leaving tomorrow.
Adventure?
Not permanently, I don't imagine.
Oh.
You're not going to get rid of us that easily.
Well, but judging by how much they seem to like you, I don't imagine that's the plan.
To be honest, it'll be good. I'm been feeling a bit pent up in this city. Town? Is it a city?
How can you
Yes.
feel pent up? It's
Okay.
massive.
It is the single biggest city in existence.
Do you see much nature when you look out? Look outside of the keep.
Yes.
Really?
Because with all the farmhands,
The courtyard has quite a lot of greenery in it.
I imagine the
Fine.
I imagine the courtyard's bigger than that park in New York.
Courtyard's probably not that big.
But still fairly big. I'm sure
The courtyard's big, but it's
I'm sure the
not
courtyard's
very
bigger than any one of our parks here in Guernsey.
Easily.
No, off the top of my
The
head,
city's bigger than Guernsey.
Well,
Easily.
yes.
I can't remember what I called November. I think it was something like Novum.
Norgram.
Norgram?
What?
Okay.
Norgram.
I can't remember my own calendar here. Oh, Norgram. Yep. Norgram.
How do you spell that? Norg.
Named by the orcs, I believe.
Nogram.
Norclan.
Norgram the First. So you wake up on the lovely morning of Norglam the First.
Seriously, all of a sudden we're in the Dwarven month.
Orcish.
So
It's more orcish.
each of you goes about your usual morning ritual or routines, getting bits and pieces together, preparing potentially, not being quite sure what you're being asked to do yet, but assuming you may be travelling.
Travelling, I like travelling.
You go down to breakfast, and the lords are mysteriously sort of absent. At which point, once you finished eating, one of the castle hands comes to you and says, "My lords and ladies, you are requested in the throne room. If you would make your way at your convenience."
Thank you. Did everyone get their stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, clang. I got my bag.
Hoffer's there with his bits and pieces. The dog sort of trotting along next to him. Seems to be agreeing.
Let's go.
So you head to the throne room, and you go in through the main front doors because why not?
Mhm.
Grand entrance and all. And almost in something of a parallel to the first time you came in, Lord Torbrook is sat in the throne with the lords either side of him, and they're sort of generally smiling. You know, they don't seem like they're doing anything worrisome.
I'm going to do the same thing I did the first time round. I'm going to walk up and I'm going to curtsy as politely as I can in scale mail.
So,
Clank!
Lysander steps forward and says, "So, you've all spent some time with us now, and even in such a short time, you've managed to come quite a long way. Quite impressed with your progress, actually.
Thank you.
We have something of a request for you, as Lord Torbrook obviously told you in the evening.
Yes.
Yes.
We have something that needs to be delivered to the Empress of Montai.
Okay. Are we allowed to know what it is, or is it for her eyes only?
You certainly are allowed to know what it is. So, and he sort of turns around, and Lady Sire pulls something from a small bag on her side and starts to unfold what looks like a robe. Now this is exquisite. It is red silks with embroidered dragons of gold, green, blue.
Oh damn!
It is
That's fancy.
like the 5,000 to 6,000 gold silk dresses and things you saw in the shop pale in comparison to what this is.
Oh yeah.
This is a masterpiece. And she sort of stretches it out, and it is what appears to be unisex. And Lysander sort of turns back and says, "This is, well, what's supposed to be the robes for the Emperor or Empress of Montai. They were supposedly lost some years ago, following the schism of the dwarves. They were enchanted by the first Archmage of Sorketh. Unfortunately, in transit from Sorketh to Montai, they were lost. Recently, they have been recovered and fallen into our possession, and we intend to make sure they actually get to their rightful owner this time. Now, if we were to go, there would be a lot of fair and ceremony, meaning that we draw something of a target on ourselves. Whereas the five of you being less well known,
We could go in a bit more low key.
Exactly, yes. And we also see this as a good opportunity for you to travel together, bond, take a bit of time to get comfortable with your newfound skills, maybe learn a few more on the way.
This is totally a trust exercise to make sure that we don't steal the robe and retire.
But we think it may help on your journeys to improvement, your various goals and goals and desires notwithstanding. So these robes are specially attuned to the blood of the Emperor or Empress's line. So they won't work strictly speaking, for anyone other than the Emperor or Empress of Montai.
In which way do you mean work?
If anyone who doesn't possess the blood of the Emperor or Empress's line, they just won't work. They are as fine clothes.
So there's a pretty strong magical enchantment on them then, I'm going to assume.
Yes. Fairly strong.
So what do they do when they do work?
I am not sure myself. The first Archmage of Sorketh enchanted them. He sort of looks to Lady Sire. She sort of, as she's holding it, she sort of starts folding it back, gives a bit of a shrug. Not really sure. I guess they were never actually in the hands of the Emperor or Empress to be able to determine.
I see.
Hopefully
we get to find out.
My lord, where in Montai are we to travel to? Montai is a big place.
It will be to the holy city of Siltai. That being the primary residence of the Emperor or Empress.
Oh, damn.
Is the easiest way to travel via Port Saltwash?
Yes, so in the interests of keeping your task as low-key as possible, you are to pose as guards for a shipment of goods. We've prepared some goods and things that would be going in a shipment anyway, but we've delayed it and added a few things, and you will be part of the guard for it.
So it's a decoy in plain sight.
Largely, yes. It is contracted to run through Port Saltwash to Aki Harbour in Montai, and obviously from Aki Harbour across to Siltai itself. We will be providing you with some of our writs of travel. Now these are very specific. They are generally afforded to most official caravans and traders when they're going on official deliveries, or to some of our dignitaries, shall we say. Each of these writs, and he sort of produces one, which is rolled up just with a ribbon tied around it. Sort of holds it out again for someone to take. Each of these specify the travel methods and numbers of people. You'll see that there is a listing for 6 guards. An acquaintance of Gartax has requested he be able to accompany you as he has business in Montai.
So this is basically a travel itinerary.
Essentially, yes. It also has allowances for the 6 caravans and the drivers. There's 2 drivers to each, just in case for whatever reason you plan to go through the night. They can swap out drivers if necessary for the purposes of being too tired to keep going.
Or in the unfortunate event that one gets injured.
Yes, of course. Again, with you all there,
yes, you can hold on to the paperwork.
We hope that with you there, injury should be to a minimum, if non-existent. So, the way these ones are written, you are to barter travel with a particular ship. Give me one moment. See if I can find the ship's name. The Ocean Spear. So there is a ship named the Ocean Spear that is contracted to take you. They're contracted to wait for up to a month for you in Montai before they are able to go back their other duties, and then they will bring you back once you're done. If for whatever reason you don't want to come back, that is also fine. But these writs are there for that period of time. Do you have any questions about anything else, by the way?
Who is the other individual that's going to be joining us?
He should be joining us shortly. I don't believe I caught the name.
Well, I guess we'll meet him soon.
What goods are we shipping, since we should be aware of what we are guarding?
It's fairly standard fare actually. There's a few furs from local game. There's a few weapons, odds and ends. A couple of crates of worked obsidian. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary for a shipment, so to speak. No food or perishables as such.
Probably a good idea with how long this journey might take.
So trade goods rather than supplies.
Exactly, yeah. But largely, again, nothing particularly special. The most special thing about it will obviously be on one of your persons, and well, you yourselves, I suppose.
We are asked to pose as guards. Do your guards show seals of obsidian if we're travelling?
It depends on whether you would want to, I suppose, don obsidian guard colours, or if you are happy to go as you are in a more mercenary fashion.
I think it would blend a little easier without the insignia.
I would agree. We do tend to get a lot of mercenarial work as caravan guards. Many of the caravans fund their own, and they tend to be fairly lucrative.
Also, I think if we're wearing the insignia of the biggest city in the goddamn world, then we're going to draw some more eyes.
Do the writs have any, any symbols on them, or is it they are just?
It has the seal of the Lord of Obsidia.
Okay, well that might be good enough in case we get into a jam.
I say, actually untying the ribbon isn't a problem, but if the writ is particularly damaged, it might throw some doubt into its official nature.
And is Empress, the Empress, aware of our arrival, or is this going to be a surprise?
Now, as far as I'm aware, the Empress herself may not be aware. I believe there is a very, very small number of people who are actually aware of what's happening, as it has been kept something of a secret to ensure that as few people as possible are going to attempt to steal it.
The less ears that hear it, the less mouths can speak it.
Exactly. I trust all within this room. I don't believe anyone here is going to start to spread rumour and tale. But I believe, for reference, I believe the Shogun. Yes, the Shogun, I believe, will be aware of its arrival.
What's the Shogun?
Samurai Lord.
Something of a general, I suppose, would be the closest approximation. He tends to be in charge of military type matters and a few other things, advisory capacity and stuff.
How do you spell Shogun?
SHO.
Gun.
So the Shogun is going to be aware. Okay.
No, he doesn't want to be aware as well. As he is, then that'll be weird.
I believe, yes. So here is a missive for the whoever you come to first. Essentially, with a coded message of sorts for the Shogun. It is little more than a letter of introduction with a specific phrase that he will recognise to know what has arrived.
I prepared explosive runes this morning. Shit, not again.
I was going to suggest that's good because I would have thought that maybe some, the people might have gotten wind of things if we were a bit too public about it, even when we got there.
That's why I use codes.
No, last thing, I would have brought that up otherwise, but
yes. Once the robes actually arrive, and once they are in possession of the Shogun or the Empress, then there should be little issue if, for example, they were to decide to tell people. I don't imagine they're going to heavily publicise it, but it is one of those things. So
They might do like a minor ceremony or something, but if they want to go and yell it out.
So, who's going to hold it?
So, Lady Sire puts it back in the bag she's got there, and she sort of steps forward as you sort of said that, and sort of prefers the bag out to everyone.
Because I could put it in my bag with my fine clothes. That way, it wouldn't be so
It could blend in a bit more.
It
So-
would blend in more with if someone was to look through my bag.
I'm just thinking along the lines of, both myself and you, are more than likely going to be running head on into combat if it comes to it. And I would hate for it to get damaged.
True, and generally I stick to ranged.
So for reference, the bag that I've just placed the robe in has a simple but effective enchantment which makes anything inside undetectable via standard means. If you open the bag, it will once again be detectable.
So whilst it's concealed, it looks mundane.
The bag itself comes up with a small magical enchantment, but nothing as grand as the robe itself would.
I think hopefully they would just think it's a bag of holding.
Maybe.
It's not quite as strong an aura as a bag of holding, as a matter of fact. It comes up
better
even
then.
less. Maybe a trinket inside the bag would be an easy mistake.
Aren't all bags of holding?
Macaria,
Someone shoot
Yeah.
him.
would you hold on to it? Seeing
Yes.
as you're least likely to be in combat.
That's true, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so she offers the bag across to you. For taking you to the wall of obsidian, where the caravan waits, I will be taking you myself. We don't want you to use the intercity magical transport circles, as we're not sure if the robe will leave a magical trace within those. Whereas if it's my magic, they'd have to use me as a trace, and well, I'll be quite honest, I'm not confident they'll manage that.
I can understand that.
I'm giving the sort of nod like I understand, but I don't.
Oh, I know because I
It's-
do understand.
It's better to throw a pebble down a stream and create ripples than it is to throw them when the ship's going by.
Ah, understand.
So as you're talking at that moment, the one of the doors behind where the throne is opens, and a elven man walks in. Now this elven man looks very familiar to one of you.
God damn it! How did I feel something was going to happen?
Yeah. He's very familiar to one of you.
What's that? Merlan gets buggered with the plot stick again.
Feel free to describe how you feel he would look.
That's a good
dick.
question.
Does he look like a bitch?
Did I even give
No,
him
no,
a
no, no.
description?
He looks like a massive bitch comparatively.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I didn't actually give him a specific, specific description. He
So
does
imagine-
actually look old.
Improv, motherfucker! Do you do it?
Imagine how you feel he would look, and give us a description.
Improv.
I am not doing so well right now.
So in human years, he looks around what, 80?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give it that.
White hair, silver hair,
Yeah, we'll give. Long
No
long
hair.
silver hair.
long silver hair, beard, no beard, glasses, no glasses.
No glasses. He's stubborn enough that he can see just fine.
His long hair, does he leave it loose or does he have it intricately tied up?
I'd say that he'd have it intricately tied up.
Plaits and
Yeah.
all neatly put
It
out
makes
the way.
sense because it'd be more part of his morning ritual.
Okay, so even
Tall, short, fat, thin.
he would be fairly tall as he's an elf.
I know, but could he be a short elf or is he a tall elf?
He's also not hunched over at all. Despite his age, he walks with the same sort of. He walks almost with the same confidence and strength as Carson walks, as you saw that blue dragonborn. You know, strong, no weakness shown. You can see a few scars sort of stretching up from beneath his shirt. So you can see he's seen some experience and some fights. And he walks forward.
Okay, so I'm guessing what you see is normal face, normal face, normal face, normal face. What?
Yeah, normal.
So he walks forward and stands just apart but next to Lysander, puts his hands up, gives a short bow to you all.
I incline my head because I ain't curtsying.
I tip my hat.
I don't know if he's royal or shit. I ain't curtsying.
Yeah, there's a slight delay before I do my bow. Noticeable enough.
You okay there, buddy?
It's like yes. I'll be fine.
Right, so we're in a line, and then I'm just like around, so I can look at you like.
So he says to you, apologies for the intrusion. My name is Galeth Redleaf. You can call me Gal. Many do. I will be accompanying you. I have some business in Montai.
I'll step up.
Wait.
And
Gareth
pleasure
Redleaf.
to meet you.
Galeth.
Galeth.
Yes.
Galith. And then Redleaf is
It's just-
literally spelled
Red
Redleaf.
leaf.
Okay, and then he said we could call him Gale.
Gal.
Gal.
G-A-L.
Like Gal Gadot.
G-A-L.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Walk
So-
up, shake his hand. Pleasure.
Same.
Shakes your hand as well. The pleasure is all mine. Although not all of you are strangers to me.
Yeah, with that,
I
I'd probably go, oh really?
I did get the feeling about that.
yeah, with that, I'm just gonna stride up to him, and I know for a fact he hates the like the sheer intimacy level, because it's not something that he does. But I am just going to hug him.
Despite what you sort of might remember, he does actually give a warm smile and opens up his arms and does actually embrace you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna release and basically try and you can see that I'm trying to restrain myself, and then say, so I certainly didn't expect to see you anytime soon.
I must confess, I did not expect to see you either. Although I'm certainly pleased to see that this apple has rolled from its tree.
I stare at you really confused for a really long time. Like,
They know each other. I don't know how.
So,
We'll
Carson,
find out later.
how do you know the man?
Okay.
He, well, I spent a lot of time with him with my caravan, and he trained me to
Well, they
be what I am now. Although I've learned a little bit since I last left it.
Doesn't seem so nice.
So
Roll an insight.
he's your mentor?
I don't understand.
That's what
Yes.
Thank you.
21. It's very fatherly. It's very much like he cares deeply for him. He's almost guarded in such a way that he doesn't want to let someone in too close, but it's like he's struggling not to be fatherly.
Basically, it's like a father-son relationship. Like he's more of a reluctant father, but he, wants to get there, but not quite.
I thought Carson said he was a human. He doesn't look like a half-elf.
Mentor, student.
No, it's like a fatherly relationship. So it's not he is his father. It's they act like father and son, even though they're not.
Mentor, student.
I pull out a red book. Start writing things down.
Is it safe? Is it safe to assume that we could hear you talking?
Oh, yeah,
You're
you could
talking really quietly.
No, you could hear me talking. I wasn't trying.
I was
sneaky.
talking quietly because
Oh, no.
I don't want to be rude.
This one's
I
gonna.
wasn't trying.
This one's
Oh,
gonna
no.
be a whisper. Father figure, daddy issues.
But you are going to...
But no, you heard everything I said.
Yeah.
So, it's like a father-son relationship, the reluctant father, such and such.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let out an audible sign.
I'm writing for your
As I am still
Turn
stood there,
round.
like,
Yeah, turn round. So, may as well get this over with. Put it
well
this
said,
way, he he was there for me when my own father wasn't.
I understand that sentiment.
Why? Where did your father go?
Nowhere. He just wanted me to fulfill his dream, not mine.
Daddy wasn't there to change my underwear.
To take me to the fair.
Galeth, helped me see, and forge my own path.
So he's the reason you're here.
Precisely.
Would he also be the reason for why you're trained in your fighting style?
What? I'm sorry, I didn't actually hear that bit.
He's also the reason that you're trained in your fighting style. Who
Oh.
taught you?
Yes, he certainly believed it would help my moods.
You had anger issues as a kid, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
Turns to Ginger and looking at him. Are you coming with us to Montai?
I will, yes. I have some business to attend to.
Okay. I'm writing a book about the people that we're travelling with. If you don't want, I can just disinclude you. I don't want to be rude.
I certainly don't mind you writing about me. However, my business will remain my own.
That's fine. I wasn't gonna ask. Okay.
So,
Perfect. We're going to need you to sign these release forms.
so
I'm surprised she hasn't.
Lysander begins pulling something from his pocket, which looks like a small black glass circle. You think it's probably something obsidian. At that point, Avelia sort of wanders in as well. You see her actually wandering from one of the balcony tops and then just jumps down the sort of 40 foot from one of them.
Totally a dragon kid.
I don't even blink at this point.
And he holds up this small black disc, sort of the size of a largish coin, and it has a chain attached to it, which is made of what looks like a very, very nice and completely unblemished metal. This is an emblem of Obsidia. These tend to be afforded mainly only to officials of Obsidia who come and go. These function similar to a writ of travel. However, we would generally suggest only using them if you need to, as they tend to draw attention. Anyone with one of these tends to usually either have something of importance or is someone of importance, and as such may be considered a target for whatever reason. We are going to provide you with one between your group, just in case you need it for any reason. The writs of travel are very specific, and any costs involved with the specific travel laid out is covered. With one of these, any travel covered by one of these, it can be any type of travel, you can have any fare paid with it, and the cost will be relayed back to Obsidia to be fulfilled later. Should you misuse this, it will be summarily removed. And again, I would suggest being very cautious with its use, only really in an emergency, if necessary.
Thank you.
Now, each one is specifically magically imprinted to a single individual. The insignia upon it will only show up when it is possessed by that single individual. If anyone else takes it, the insignia disappears. It cannot be forcibly imprinted. The only two who can imprint it are Lord Talbrook and Avelia. At which point Avelia sort of wanders up, almost like she knew this was happening, and picks it up off his hand, sort of closes his hand down, and sort of and does hand it to you. When she puts it in your hand, she takes a moment, puts her fingers on it, and an insignia appears. It is the dragon head of Obsidia crest on the symbol, and while it's in your hand, it's there. If you're putting it around your neck on the chain, when you put it so that you're not physically holding it, the emblem does disappear again. And so when you actually look at it, aside from the fact that obviously the chain is completely unblemished, it doesn't look much different to your standard sort of things you see in a lot of the jewellery shops and trinkets and things.
Incognito.
Kinda, yeah.
It's just a nice shiny rock.
It's one hell of a thing.
Yeah, but as the insignia appears, she takes things away, smiles, and wanders back off.
Make a man.
So to clarify, I say looking up from where I was writing, the emblem allows us for one use of a fare or some kind of purchase to be forwarded for payment to Obsidian.
It can be used for anything, however, it will draw attention upon using it.
Oh, no, I was not deciding that. I was
So
clarifying
it's not
for its
specifically
use.
one use. It can be used for anything, and that purchase, that purchase or those fares, any of that will be charged back to Obsidia. However, overuse and misuse will likely have it revoked. And again, using it at all is likely to draw attention because it's such an official thing.
Think of it like an expenses account.
I was about to say, we have a company card.
We have a company card.
Only for an entire city.
Is it safe to be worn on the person who shows the insignia?
It is, yes. If he is not holding it in his hand, the insignia won't appear.
Does it appear magically?
Yes.
You can't cover that up. So, like, if someone was to detect him now, it would sense magically.
As far as people would see, it is a standard magical item.
That's fine.
That in itself is not particularly special, and anyone picking it up off him wouldn't be aware of its value.
Unless I'm doing this, it doesn't show up as magical. Simply signatures.
Well, it does still have a magical signature.
But it doesn't show up as innately magical, right?
It just becomes an item of some magic. If anyone actually was to pick it up, they'd probably just believe it was enchanted to sound to sense as magical and nothing more. Maybe it's a decoy.
Yeah, to sing. Put it down.
I don't know why, but when I look at you, I get this word in my head. Smee.
He.
So, do any of you have any last things you need to take care of? Is there anything that you wish to ask at this point?
I believe for the most part we're good.
I know I've got everything I need. As I remember to refresh my key points.
How long, roughly, would you say the boat journey is from Port Saltwash down to the key ports?
The journey itself, in a moment, I may actually have written it down.
Can't say I'm familiar too much with boat travel, but
Sorry, 'cause I do think I actually did have a.
Yeah, you notice after the word Port Saltwash was mentioned the first time, I have been very quiet.
Well, considering that we know you've been in the Great White North, so you have to get here somehow. And that's not. Oh dear. Yeah, Leon is making some fun notes. But he's also added colour and underline. Is that bold as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, so the actual boat journey itself should probably take in the region of 2 months, weather dependent.
So you got 2 months journey there, 1 month there, and 2 months back. So we might be gone for anywhere up to 6 months.
It'll be an adventure.
I know. I just thought I would let you know that's about the time we'll be gone.
Roughly, how long did it take my journey to the north on the boat?
On the boat.
On the boat.
The northern continent is technically slightly closer. So that one.
Have a map.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that particular journey probably would have been more in the region of about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering that where Port Saltwash is, we have to come up, go around from the coast, and then go there. Yeah, that makes sense.
The journey I was on was about a month.
Actually, can you just grab the D&D handbook so I don't forget right the way of the camera?
Oh, you need a book.
I would like to look.
And I can honestly tell you now, if there is anything that you can take with you to whittle away the hours, do it.
I'm going to write my book, I'm going to be fine. Prepare for many interviews on the boat.
Perhaps I can learn some more on my flute. I haven't really picked that up in a while.
I could teach people how to play dragon's chess.
That was like fun.
I should probably head to the bookstore.
No doubt, there'll be at least
The bookstore.
There's a library here, which is probably better stocked than any bookstore you'll see.
a long-term loan.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, so
You are overdue by 6 months.
I certainly enjoyed the game of dragon's chess.
When's the next book amnesty day?
It's been a good few years since I've played, so I may be a bit rusty.
I'm sure it's something that never really leaves you.
So,
but from what I remember, Gallifrey is quite the chess player.
It should be a challenge. We're gonna go to the library and, borrow some
books.
books.
How long are you going to be borrowing them? I don't know, like at least 6 months.
Give or take a few days.
Okay, so are you all going up to the library?
I am not.
Okay.
You know book?
Before we leave, I'm gonna say goodbye and everything.
But you're the group nerd.
So they each sort of say sort of farewell. Lady Sire says she'll wait in the entrance hall for you all when you're ready to congregate. As sort of you're there, Galeth gives a bow to Gartak, who also, in the same manner, bows back. Gartak has an almost sort of cold look in his eye.
Ooh, that's interesting.
But otherwise, they seem sort of fairly respectful, and Galeth does smile warmly to him.
Sorry.
So even with the cold look in his eye, there's still a warm smile on his face to Galeth. There's just something almost off. But so Galeth steps out into the entrance hall and stands with Lady Sire as you will go about doing whatever it is you're doing.
Well, before I leave, I'm gonna walk up to Lysander, give him sort of a formal but not formal shake, if you know what I mean. Like, there's some formality behind it, but it's
So not quite this.
How do you hold out your hand? Is the thing. So he does actually go.
He does actually go.
Cassus is going to fall on the chair. He does actually reach out and give you more of a warrior's shake. As he
Hooray.
as he steps back at that point.
no.
I do love how the warrior
Untie my
shake
head
is
and
just
then
like,
leave.
have you got a hidden blade, it's twat?
No, that's
That
just
is
checking.
legit the reason
Yeah,
for it.
it is, it legitimately is.
Otherwise, it's don't fall over because I've got you. You're
Yeah,
not falling.
don't fall over. As I incline my head and then I leave.
You can feel he's being fairly delicate with his grip,
Mm.
based on what you've seen him do.
Rip, rip, rip.
And no one else doing anything before they leave the fucking throne room?
I don't leave the throne room.
You don't leave the throne? Okay, so they leave. Lord Torbrook's still there, Gartak's still there, Lysander's still there.
It's Lysander I want to talk to.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Must you embarrass me further with my roleplay?
Yes!
Okay. Well, actually, this is awkwardly possible. I sidle up next to him.
Okay.
Hang on.
What's that? You just.
Hang on. Let me aid in their roleplay.
What?
Oh, wait, they can't see me laughing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got this imagination that here, watch me flirt.
He knows my flirting technique. So I got to laugh and go. Yeah. 6 months is a long time. I wrote you a letter. I'm not very good at talking. Goodbye.
Have a safe journey.
Okay.
Gartak wanders up to his side, nudges him really hard in the side with his elbow and goes, "She's still flirting, mate. She's still flirting, mate. She's still flirting, mate." Like flat out, like elbows him 3 times, just not being subtle.
Get the signal, get the signal, get the signal!
Yeah, no, I'm really bad. I'm sorry. It's probably really embarrassing for you. I'm sorry.
I understand that such a feeling when experienced for the first time can be overwhelming. He didn't even flinch with Gartak just ripping him really hard. He didn't even flinch.
No, how fucking hard he punches.
just smile politely. I'm aware it can be an overwhelming feeling.
God damn, my brain just iPod shuffled another
yes.
goddamn
I'm sure you won't be gone as long as you think.
I'm sure. Okay.
Like a virgin, touched for the very first time.
just donkey punches her. Not the kind of touch we thought! But yeah.
Maybe it's something we can maybe talk about when I get back. I don't know. You might not be interested, but I could try. I don't know.
I imagine we shall see.
Oh, okay.
Like, for reference, Lord Torbrook sort of sat in his throne with his elbow sort of like... Gartak's just smiling, just staring at the two of you like... And every now and then he ribs Lysander like... And again, Lysander is he actively looks like he's doing his best to ignore him. Like,
okay, bye. And then I leave, and then I take 5 steps, and I come back, and then I curtsy.
As you come back and curtsy, you've noticed that as you turned around, Lysander had ribbed Gartak, and Gartak's there like, and as you curtsy, he's like,
Okay.
And then as you walk out and as the doors are closing, you clearly hear the sound of someone's fist hitting someone else. You're not sure who hit who.
But someone hit the other one.
You just.
And then I realise I still have the bag with the robe like tied against my chest. Like, I need to go find a book now.
You just hear in unison from the hall. Ah, prick!
Okay, and then I go follow them after the library. So it's
Okay.
they've gone.
So you fuckers have all gone to the library, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. So you'll head up to where the library is, and I think you've all been in at least once.
Yep.
I've been on the outside.
So yeah. So
Looking
well,
in.
right.
No, I have not been in the library.
Okay. So you walk in, and it's exactly as you just expect from the library. It's fucking full of books.
Belle wishes her library was this big.
So there is a sort of middle-ish height blonde woman who's sort of reaching up onto one of the slightly taller shelves and putting a book in. And she's got a fair stack of books, and she's currently just putting some of the books on the shelves. Tongue between her teeth, glasses, like sort of running down her nose every now and then. She pushes them back up, and she doesn't seem to have noticed you at all. She seems fairly absorbed in what she's doing.
I imagine a lot like Glinda from Ruby.
Looks wise, a little bit, yeah, a little bit like Glinda Goodwitch, but
That's
she's a bit more. She's a bit more mousy. She's got freckles and doesn't look nearly as confident.
Cool.
But yeah, she just sort of.
Excuse me.
She drops a couple of her books. Oh, I'm so sorry. I get very lost in what I'm doing. I do apologise.
Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you.
No, it's most okay. She puts her stack down on the edge of her sort of table. How can I help? I apologise.
We're about to head off on a 6-month journey, and we were wondering if we could borrow some books to help pass the time.
On 6-month journey. I believe most of our suggested loan times for the castle library is only 3 days. Give me 2 moments.
Well, if this helps, we're definitely going to be back.
Not within the castle walls, I'm afraid. That's more of a external rather than internal type thing.
Yeah, worth a shot.
Also, I probably wouldn't flash that about so much.
Oh no, I wasn't lying.
Probably a bit conspicuous. To be honest. Give me just one moment. I think she sort of trails off, almost losing herself in her thought. Because she steps up into a back room, and you don't really hear much. You think it might be a slightly bigger back room. It's not like a tiny cupboard or anything. And after a couple of moments, before she actually gets out, you turn up as well. And she sort of steps out with a small pile of books. We do have some duplicate books that have not yet been catalogued. That can certainly be either purchased or extended, borrowed, I guess. Seeing as they're not part of the collection, we already have one of each minimum in our shelves. I don't know what kind of interest they would necessarily be. What have we got?
What have we got?
I'm sort of looking across.
How to tame an anteater.
Well, she's going through, and there's like one of them is Learning Common, an idiot's guide to learning Common.
Written in
Flat out,
common.
it's like- yeah,
Yeah.
that's the stupid thing.
So,
It's like,
Hitting Twitch streamers 101.
I'm really not sure how these were ever published. We've got a couple of.
I believe those belongs to the novelty category.
I don't think the author meant it ironically, as ironic as it is. We've got a couple of Roosevelt Lynch, seems to be rather popular.
Perfect.
Yes, certainly. We've got a couple of the Hood Robin. There's a couple of educational books on hunting, a couple of books on plants. I don't know if any of these are taking your interest. There's a couple of extended romance novels. There's
I love how we both looked at it at the same time.
The crucial word there was extended romance novels.
there is the intricacy of commanding a throne.
Something I feel a friend of mine should fucking read.
Jim D. Montin, yes.
I picked 4 books at random. I don't look what the titles are.
You could immediately pick up all the extended romance
No,
novels.
no. You'd probably pick them all up and read them within a week.
I've got plants, thrones, romance
I
novel.
picked up plants.
Okay, that's fine.
There's
hunting.
about 4 of those.
Oh, okay.
Hunting, romance novel, throne, and hood. The 4 books I picked up. And then I pull out my giant book of obsidian history to give to her and say, I'm returning this one before I leave.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
If you're off on this extended journey, I'm kind of glad you pulled that back. I believe you're
Of course I was.
about a day overdue. Not too much of a worry, but that's fine. That'll catalogue it.
So I'll take all of the books on plants because
Yes. Any of these books, as I haven't catalogued them, and quite frankly, it takes a little bit off my table of things to do. Feel free to take any of them with you if you feel the need.
I'm going to take one of the books on hunting.
I think I'll give these Rob of the Hood books a try.
Yeah. So any of the books you don't sort of take, she sort of piles back up, and she keeps the obsidian history book slightly separate to everything else. Is there anything else I can help you with? You seem rather satisfied with the number of books that you have.
No,
That's
thank
brilliant,
you, bye.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Not
what was your
worry.
name, sorry?
Fern.
Thank you very much, Fern.
No problem. She pushes her glasses back up and picks up the big stack of books and starts heading back towards the back room with them.
How convenient, man. I just happen to have duplicates of my favourite book series.
Funny that.
Yeah, I'll say, funnily enough, like, the Hood Robin, almost like a Robin Hood, is one of the slightly popular-ish books that there's usually a few copies of in most libraries. Roosevelt Lynch, in a similar fashion, is quite a popular book series. Most libraries tend to have 2 or 3 because a lot of them get rented out more often than not.
And probably
so they
never
get
get
multiple copies, so they can rent it multiple. Yeah.
and probably never get returned by the kids who took them out. Don't look at me like that.
It's just one library in Cassagore just banned him for life.
Joke's on them. I supply their books.
Right. Not wrong. So, anything else are you doing before you head down to the entrance? Okay.
So
I'll join you in a moment. I need to enjoy a decent water closet for one last time before we hit the road.
So you pop to the bathroom.
Yep.
Pop to the bog.
You pop to the shitter.
I'm sorry if sometimes I like to use realism.
And you, so you, again, pop the shitter, head down to the entrance hall.
Yep.
Lady Sire is there quite happily just reading through one of her books. Galeth is sort of just there standing, eyes kind of closed, just almost in a meditative stood stance. As you walk up, he opens his eyes and drops his hands. Lady Sire marks her position in her book, closes it, puts it away. I trust you are all ready?
Yes.
I believe so.
Well, I will say I'm going to miss having hot water on demand.
I'm sure you won't miss it too much. I'm sure you'll have fun.
Yeah, so well, the outdoors is still fun all on its own.
So,
shall we?
She begins casting, taking a full minute to do so. And after the casting finishes, you get a similar sensation to the transport circles, different but similar. And you end up near one of the slightly more northern gates than you came in from initially.
Right.
But you appear around the side of one of the guard houses. There's not really many people around. One or two of the guards nearby sort of notice that it's Lady Sire. Sort of stand up slightly straighter. Carrying about their business, but
So probably went from to
and she says, the caravan will be just outside the gates. She says to Hoff, it's unfortunate that he's not here.
Yep.
She says to Hoff, I'm sure you'll recognise them by one who apparently may know you. But I don't imagine it should be too hard to find. They are expecting you. They've been given a descriptor of all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No trouble. If there's anything else that you might need.
thank you, ma'am.
No,
But I think
I
we're
can
good here out of my head.
At which point she begins casting her spell again. And yeah, she's casting as you leave.
It's going to take me forever to get used to that if I ever do.
I don't know. I believe I'm already getting used to it. You can, it's like
I'm pretty sure I'm getting used to it. See, I'm used to it.
See, I'm used to it. Much less blood than last time.
yeah, the more perceptive of you are probably probably thinking I'm trying to hold it in.
So you step
I'm
out.
sure
from
you'll be fine next time as I jab you in the stomach a bit.
So you'll step out from around the side of this guard barracks. The large open expanse of the inner wall stretches out before you. Farmland, greenery, plants. Few more flowers around this area than the other gate for whatever reason. And you step towards the main road, which is where what leads up to the gate. And you step across to the gate. Again, this one a good 100 foot across, same as the last gate. These gates are huge. And you step out, and immediately, after you've all stepped out and sort of taken a look around, a halfling jumps off of one of the nearby sort of caravan wagons, and shouts over, "Hoff!" Sorry, hang on. Hoff, it's good to see you, my friend. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Hoff's like, barefoot. Short as he is, loud chap, barefoot. You and this merry band. It's good to be riding with you again. I'm sure we'll have a few chances to drink, catch up a little bit. Who are you lot then?
Yeah.
Hoff, but not the rest of you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm Carson. You're the infamous Barefoot.
I'm sure infamous is a bit rude.
Well, he's Hoff certainly speaks about you in high regard.
Well, I should bloody well hope so.
I've been told we need to have a drink off.
I can certainly hold a fair whack.
Cassandra.
Gives you a proper shake. They call me Barefoot.
I'd recommend before you start a drink off with Cassandra, you find a medic first.
I'm sure I'll be
Just
alright.
because you
I've been
need
drinking
it.
for many a year.
Don't speak of that in front of new company.
What? That you
I don't.
needed, that
Let's
you
leave
needed a
that.
medic last time we went to get drunk.
And I was fine, honestly.
You almost died.
By the looks of you, most of you have barely seen a few winters. Christ.
Yeah, so
I'm Zach.
Sorry, crikey.
Crikey.
zoinks!
Not sure who this Christ fella is. Get a bit real up in here.
Who is this Jeebus you speak of?
Yeah, it's like winters. I've seen 30 of them. Well, some of them I can't remember because I was too young. But
Right, little fella, calm down. He
as
says,
I'm looking down
he says
to him,
looking up at you.
Don't. Just don't.
So,
I'm Zach.
nice to meet you, Barefoot. I think I've said that already.
And
If you didn't get the drift, it might be on account of the fact that I've killed a bear previously. You know, chopped off its foot, and my feet are bare. Just a joke.
and this lady with her head in a book is Macaria.
Don't see so many of your kind around here. A little bit rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure we'll get on famously.
Okay.
Right.
You'll have to excuse her. She's a mad chat around you people.
So, I've been told that we're off to Montai. Bit of a travel, but should be fine. We've got a few horses here for you.
Thank you.
If that's your fancy on travel, I know Off prefers his dog, but you know horses tend to be a little bit faster normally.
Don't like me.
Can't say I've had much experience with riding.
Oh, don't worry. Unless you're trying to like really push them, you should be fine. They're mostly pretty tame. They know what they're doing. They're used to carrying people who ain't used to riding.
You make sure that they know who is in charge.
Right. I'm used to just walking around, you know,
I'm
on my
going to
feet.
walk up to
Well,
one
if
of
they
the
buck you
horses,
off, you
start
buck back.
stroking down its mane.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's a couple of different
I
horses.
think I understand what you mean.
There's a couple that are
Mental image of me kicking.
chestnut
I'm
brown.
not talking about you kicking
There's-
the horse in the
There
head.
happens to be one that's completely snow white, and one that's completely pitch black.
Get your own.
Bitch!
I said I got there first.
So which one did you? what was
Black
it?
one.
The black one.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
I'm going to walk straight up to it, start stroking its mane, and then I'm going to blow on its nose so it gets used to my scent. Should have got there faster.
Roll me an animal handling. Oh my god.
This is probably going to go poorly, but here come.
Uh,
Oh no, it's not. Non-natural 20.
Just wait.
So
I'm just waiting for my roll when it comes to it.
yeah. So
I think I'm out of it.
with you sort of. You get the feeling that probably most people, when they hire horses out, they don't try to get acquainted with the horse; they just get on it and ride. So this one sort of, you know, really
Bit taken
head back a
aback,
little
you know,
bit
yeah.
as it sort of has its nose blown on. It sort of comes forward, and then you're sort of being calming and gentle, gently rub its mane, and it sort of nuzzles into the nudge.
Mhm.
Gives a sort of appreciative.
Then
And yeah,
I'm gonna,
it seems happy enough with you.
then I'm going to jump up.
We have such a great DM. He does horse noises. I don't even do horse noises.
It's true, you don't.
No,
You
you
just
no,
normally
you
just
yourself.
go.
No. You normally do. The horse says, "What you want?"
What are you talking about, Willis?
Okay, so I guess I'll go up to the white horse, which I'm going to call Silver.
Hi ho, Silver. Away!
Call it Susan. Respect his life choice.
It's,
No,
no.
that was a brown horse, so bite me.
Why is it not? Why haven't you called it Binky?
What?
Mine's Binky. The black horse.
Yeah, I thought it was white horse.
I know. Irony.
Yeah.
I don't get the reference.
Death's horse in Pratchett.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Discworld.
Discworld, Death's horse is called Binky.
I should. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should really read those books at some point.
They're good.
Okay, I'm going to try and do the same thing she did. Probably. Oh, no, never mind. 21.
Same sort of thing, not in the same sort of fashion. Yours is a bit more, you
Yeah.
give it a brush down, few encouraging, soothing words. Seems to generally be happy enough.
Wow, there, fella.
But yeah, again, pretty.
I'll get on Silver.
Yeah. So again, everyone sort of steps over the horses. Largely, they don't sort of shy away or anything, but if you are trying to be a bit more.
So I have a -1 animal handling, and I also have, because of my shadow foot magic, I have animals take an instant distrust to me.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk up to the horse, this one sort of shakes its head a little bit more and
Stomping its hooves.
stumps its hooves a little bit. It's a little bit uncomfortable. At which point, sort of Barefoot looks up. Oi, calm down there, lass. You'll be fine. Don't worry. There's nothing wrong with her.
You'll be grand.
It'll be grand.
Everything will be fine. Don't worry, lass.
Hey now, horse, stop being racist just because her skin is a different colour.
But yeah, he sort of gives her a few sort of calming pats, and you suppose the familiar voice sort of soothing her. Horse sort of calms down a little bit.
You get.
What we don't realise is that Barefoot actually whispered into the horse's ear, "Now calm the fuck down or I'll be calling you fucking Findus."
Don't worry. If she pisses us off, we'll cook her and fucking eat her.
We'll eat her and then we'll glue everything else back together.
Horse just smiles.
So what? Yeah. So what colour is
proper
yours?
tooth dazzle and everything.
I'm kidding, by the way.
Does the horse let me get on it?
Yeah. Again, it seems sort of a bit uncomfortable at first because of the aura on you, but you know, otherwise largely it's not particularly.
Are you gonna have a brown horse?
There was
I
a
pick-
black
I
horse, a white horse, and then brown horses.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got the special
like
ones.
couple of different patternings of like white and brown. You know,
Beach
one
chestnut.
that's almost completely brown with just like a white bit on its chest. Again, nothing largely sort of out of the ordinary.
No, and I'm at this point. I'm just like, right, okay. I don't know how to, I don't know how to ride, but at least animals I know a little bit about. I just don't know how to really do the thing.
So again, sort of watching a lot of them, they sort of get a foot into one of the stirrups and up onto the horse.
Left foot in stirrup, because if you put your right foot in it, you're going to end up facing its ass.
So you just go up to the horse. It's like, now I don't know you,
Well,
and you don't know me, but I'm about to get on you. So just keep calm.
You
I
always,
just hope you don't skip leg day.
yeah, depends on the side, obviously.
Yeah,
I don't skip leg day.
Only
If you're on the
side
left
dependent.
side of the horse, you put your left foot in. If you're on the right side of the horse, you put your right foot in.
You don't want to put your left
In,
foot in
out,
the right
in,
stirrup
out.
on the right hand side of the horse.
You're
not
not
very
in
long.
his butt.
Perfect. And where's his head?
just reminds me of Shanghai Noon.
Around.
Just reminds me of Shanghai Noon.
Uh,
My horsey, where's his head? Is he dead?
In, out, in,
Ah,
out,
he's
shake it all
sleeping.
about.
So you get up on the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, horse stands fairly well still. Again, it looks like they're trained for
Noobs.
even incompetent riders. So it sort of stands fairly still while you get
They're
around.
perfect for you.
Yay! Yes, right. I hope you know what you're doing, because I don't.
Hoff again seems happy enough with his dog, and then Beppa's like, "Aye, suit yourself. I had the feeling you probably want the dog rather than the horses." Oh, typical Hoff. Galeth, after everyone else has sort of picked a horse and climbed up, steps over to one, just deftly swings his leg up over, gives the horse a wipe. Sorry. A wipe.
Have a wet wipe, horse. Wet wipe.
Stroke down its side.
Wipe on, wipe off.
Wax on.
Wait, this horse isn't brown at all. It's painted.
Wait,
This isn't even a horse.
and this isn't even paint. Ew.
No, you got the one donkey.
So,
Extremely large donkey.
not exactly the most glamorous of jobs, caravan guarding, as he's sort of getting everything ready to go, and sort of to the other caravans, clicks his fingers a couple of times so that they can see that they're getting ready.
Alas!
Not exactly the most glamorous thing, guarding a caravan, but don't know if they told you much. But travel to Port Saltwash is probably about 3.5 days by horse and cart and horse and such. I don't know if you were told or not, but
Well, we know roughly how long it's going to take us to get there by boat, but
a couple of months.
Yeah.
They say it ain't much, but it's honest work.
Well,
It pays
Awful
the
agree.
bills.
So, any been to Montai before? I certainly haven't.
No.
Yes, I have.
no, I haven't actually left this. Yeah, we are on a continent, right?
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
in space.
It's gonna be a bit of an interesting experience. Never been there myself. Never been off continent actually. If I'm gonna be quite honest.
I've been off continent, but not to Montai.
I don't think I've ever been out the country, let alone the continent.
So you're a bit nervous.
Well, I've never been off continent before. I've never been contracted for a job like this. It's interesting. All of my jobs have been local. Ish.
Well, don't worry. The map just wraps around. You don't fall off it.
I'm aware of that. You keep going past Montai, you'll get to fucking Gander fucking show. Giant place.
They're going to drop, yeah.
What I told my friends
I'm just checking
is
the
Edifal?
Edofal.
what I told my
Edofal,
friends
that's
is
the one. Thank you, laddie.
For the journey, you're going to need something to occupy yourself because boats can be very dull.
Oh, needn't worry about that. Looking after the horses is a full-time fucking job.
They will more than likely need some soothing. Most horses don't appreciate the storms.
Oh well, all things considered, these ones aren't too bad. When we've had local storms, they've been trained through those. It's just it's the confined space. I think that'll be the problem. If I'm going to be honest, they're used to wide open fucking pastures, not creaky little boxes on water.
Is it bad? I
suppose
keep
you're right.
hearing Brendan O'Carroll's Mrs. Brown's voice character.
Excuse me.
Get the fuck out! Get your fucking arse out!
You smell worse than the horse.
Oh.
It's probably true.
I love how everyone's just mortally offended currently.
I used to do horse riding. I used to have to shovel their shit.
Oh, so she has
That
experience and knows
smells
your
worse.
worst.
I apologise. I'm a little bit stuck.
It's true. One fatal flaw that Cassus often has is that when he adopts an accent, he gets stuck into it.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's awful. I don't like it. Reset me. Somebody reset me.
Wait, does that mean that we have to put a finger up your butt?
Sorry?
Do we have to put a finger up your butt? Does that reset you?
No. That's more likely to make me...
The threat
There
of
we
does.
go.
The threat of does.
Look at
No, that's more likely to just get you, like, nutted.
It might
Nut.
It might get you nutted.
But yes, for Cassus, it doesn't usually reset until a long rest.
D&D joke!
Or a threat with a finger up a butt, apparently.
When a short rest isn't enough.
Okay, so we're on the horse.
On the road again.
I'm
So-
on a horse.
We there yet?
Look at the sea, now back to me. Now look at the forest, now back to me. I'm on a horse.
Are we there yet?
Amid
Just
much conversation between Hoff and, his Irish friend, who is a halfling named Barefoot, who is not wearing any shoes because...
But obviously it's not Irish
But
because
conventional.
Ireland doesn't exist in this world.
Yeah, but the accent's easier to describe as Irish than trying to figure out something that's not Irish that is Irish.
Yeah.
Is he
So I'll
wearing
just call
green?
the accent Irish. Sorry?
Is he wearing green?
Let's say yes.
Yeah.
Focus, why not?
Neutral tones.
He's a leprechaun. Let's capture him and ask what the pot gold is.
Not a fucking leprechaun! Don't have a pot of gold for a start.
Oh.
Fuck's sakes.
If only.
If only I wouldn't have to be fucking ferrying shit around in a caravan. Christ! Crikey, there's that name again.
So,
It's a new fad.
I read Christie's name wrong once and now I'm stuck with it. Fuck!
So, unlike your walk last time, the caravans of the horses have a fair bit faster pace than walking. So, by about midday, 1 o'clock, you've actually reached the edge of the forest further north. So, if I could refer you to your maps.
Yes.
Map.
I'm guessing we're leaving about here.
Roughly. So, from there you're going relatively straight. So it's relatively straight on to Port Saltwash from there. The road turns a bit and it does pass through some of the forest. But as you get to sort of the edge of the forest, Barefoot sort of calls over and says, "Oh, probably a good time to break for lunch.
Thank you.
Stop, give the horses a drink and stuff."
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, crikey, it's crumbling.
Crikey!
Crikey!
Thank you.
I get
Oh, look at the size of that croc.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Stop. Have some lunch.
No brand names.
so yeah. You'll stop. Have some food. Have some water. Water the horses. Feed the horses.
Eat the horses, wait, what?
That later.
No, it's not later at all. No. Leave the horses alone.
So you're saying, if everyone but us and the horses died, you wouldn't eat them?
No. You're not meant to eat horse, are you?
Not even a waff of thin pony?
Man, that does look good.
No, hear me out on this one. Eating a horse ain't that bad. The only time it's a problem is if you kill the horse before it's, not fit for anything anymore. If you just kill one of my horses, I'd be a bit pissed with you.
I'd imagine you'd be a bit more than a bit.
Oh, aye, obviously, but horse meat in itself is actually quite nice. Depends on how you dress it up. Different seasonings actually make it really, really tasty.
I didn't realise that dressage was a part of eating it.
No, dressage is just horses. Eating them comes after, when they're not fit for dressage anymore. If a horse breaks a leg, there's not a lot you can do for it. At that point, you've kind of got to put them out of their misery.
I always did wonder what a blue ribbon winner would taste like.
Well, actually, that's a bit of a lie. The only time that breaking a horse's leg isn't a problem is if you've got a cleric with you, but that's not often.
And even
Well,
then,
not in our line of work. They're expensive.
and even then, the legs still ain't the same afterwards.
Well, most of them try to get you to pay some kind of tithe to their deities. It's a little bit annoying on a game.
Goddamn grifters.
Well, I mean, we'll all give thanks to the dragons here and there, but crikey, they're a little bit
Pushy.
extravagant about it.
What?
I just see a little drawing of a horse.
Pleasure. Horse. We're going sailing. I drew a pirate flag.
I didn't notice that.
Ah, yeah.
So,
Anyway,
conversation
Noms.
comes along in the same sort of vein. Weird, random, odd topics. The odd sort of strange thing comes up. It's fairly impressive how many stories that these caravan drivers seem to have between them. As you're travelling along the road, gets to sort of about 3 o'clock, roughly, not exact, and no perception checks needed. You can clearly see in the road that there's a couple of people sort of sat around, stood, kind of blocking the way.
Oh dear. And any one of us, that's familiar with, with caravan trading, that is a bit suspicious.
No.
Barefoot,
there's people.
yeah, Barefoot who's on the lead caravan, lead wagon. He starts to slow down a little bit. Sort of all the caravans sort of knock-on effect of slowing down, and they're not going as quick up to them. If anyone wants to give me a perception, they can try and see sort of what the people look like.
Yeah.
All the caravans slow down, apart from one who ends up rear-ending one of the others.
Whoops.
God damn it, Todd!
While you're rolling, I'll just quick grab another sheet.
Pretty horsey.
I vaguely learned how to go. I haven't really learned how to stop.
I rolled a 2 on my perception. Pretty horsey.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just going to be like, what's going on here? I'm not stopping. I'm going to run you over.
Okay, so
22.
nice.
18.
Not bad.
16.
Not bad.
4.
4. Okay.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty
What do you
horsey.
see?
So-
Horse. There is no people.
You guys can tell that all the ones sat on the road. There's 4 of them that you can see there. They are all dwarves.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
You have the 22, didn't you?
Yep.
There are a few more hidden in the trees. There's not like hundreds or anything, but there are a few more.
Keep your eyes peeled. There's a few lurkers.
Suspected as much.
What do I need to do to dismount the horse? Can I just get off the horse?
Provided you're not in a stressful situation, which at current you're not, you can just get off the horse.
Okay.
If combat was to start and it's going on around you, I'd probably make you roll a dex save.
Okay.
I subtly reach
I
down
get off the horse.
to grip my grips.
How far away are you?
So we've got like the main caravan, and we probably would have, would you say we'd be trading behind the caravan, or?
We would have probably been lead behind Barefoot.
Yeah, it probably would have been caravan, us, next caravan.
Well, so it depends because you are tasked to guard it. So how do you think you'd be actively trying to be?
Well, I suppose it would make sense that there'd be like maybe one either side, something something like that, given a bit of a wide berth. Which I reckon that you'd probably be more comfortable doing that.
Two.
So,
2 in the front, 2 either side, 2 at the back.
well, barefoot in front leading. Being
No.
you, whatever it is.
2 at the front of barefoot, 2 on either side, and 2 at the back.
Because if there is any turns or anything, he can call to you and say, go left! But he hasn't needed to because it's been a fairly straight shot road so far.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so we got barefoot. I'm doing a little drawing. Barefoot at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Who else at the front?
So I believe be us two next.
Oh, no, barefoot is with the...
Oh, he's on the caravan.
Yeah, he's driving the caravan.
Yeah, so I believe us two up front.
I'll be up front.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
as he's slowing the caravan, he does sort of call forwards quietly. Now remember, we're not exactly fighters. We're just here to drive. You guys will have to deal with any fighting if it kicks off.
You two would be.
Oh,
I hear that. I'm
I
like,
thought there's 2 on either side, or is there 1 on either side?
2 on either side because there's 6 of us in total as guards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 on each side.
Oh, 1 on each side, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I'll be one of the ones on the side then.
okay. Carson. I had to remember what your name was. And then I am apparently. I don't know why I'm there. But I will go there.
You could have been behind.
And then we got Hoff and Gale. Because the NPC are not here. Okay. I get off the horse. I'm gonna go this way round to you. Put my hand on your leg and cast Mage Armor.
Woo! So basically, that gives me an extra.
So it gives you. So it's your target's base AC becomes 13 plus its Dex modifier plus whatever stats.
Yeah, so basically at that point it's plus my wisdom on top because I'm drunk anyway. So my AC is 7.
Okay, that lasts for 8 hours.
Ah, yes, I remember from last time that.
And then because I'm here, I can go to here and go. Do you want me to go and check it out? What? The people that are ahead of us. What people?
Stick back.
But I can turn invisible.
Why did you say that in
Once
the
they've
first
pointed
place?
them out, you can see them. That it's that sort of obvious.
There's more in the trees, so keep your eyes open.
Okay. Alright, 1 sec. I'm gonna go all the way behind the caravan. Right. Pull out an eyelash encased in gum. Arabic. And then I turn invisible.
You have a spellcasting focus, eh?
Yes.
You don't need the actual non-cost materials. If it's a material with no actual monetary cost, you don't need it, and you know that. So just so that you're.
Okay. I turn invisible. And I start sneaking off.
I'm going to dismount and hand the rein over to you so you control the horse. And I'm going to start stepping forward so that the eyes are on me, not on anything else.
Right.
I'm still keeping a hand on the grip of my pistol.
Invisible doesn't give you any bonuses. I try to look like if it gives you bonuses to stealthing.
I would have thought it would have been as simple as that. You've got advantage on stealth rolls, or they have disadvantage or something.
Invisible until spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person. Spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. I'll give you advantage on the stealth checks to not be heard.
Well, and being distraction as well, so...
Yeah, so you can't exactly get
No.
advantage on advantage, it's just advantage or not.
Sneak. I want to go see how many numbers and who's around, so I thought I'd go invisible and go and sneak.
You're basically just going to go around them and just like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so I'm going to... So I've handed over the reins, and I'm going to start walking up.
Yep.
Hello!
Hey, look at what we've got here. I'm sure we've got some good paying customers here. Here's the toll and you can go through. So it works, right?
Toll?
Hey, toll. Pay money, you go through.
I know what a toll is, I just didn't realise there was one.
Hey, there's one.
Where's your permit?
You're funny. He sort of rubs his thumb along an X that he has.
As you say that, I'm like. So what would be the toll? What's the price?
Well, it's generally per head, isn't it? Let you go through for, say, 100 gold, the lot.
No. That is far too much.
You're funny. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'll thank to disagree with you, lassie.
I think I'd rather pay in lead.
So call him back from the caravan. Say, oi, what does this toss pile want?
100 gold.
You're going to give it to him?
No.
What are you going to do about it then?
As I draw my sword.
What are you going to do about it?
And it goes straight for the one I was talking to.
I draw my gun. I'm going to pay
Aggressive
in lead.
So they know you're likely to attack. So everyone does need to roll initiative. I'll give you just 1 second while I'm just doing it.
So, we're choosing aggressive diplomacy.
Oh, fucking crap.
Of course.
Do you think there'd be any other kind with me?
I don't know. You might have scared the shit out of them and they just drop their weapons and run.
Even with the fact that I am proficient in persuasion, I am not proficient in intimidation.
I am.
So initiative is Dex.
Oh yeah, because you're charismatic, isn't it?
Just that.
Dex.
Okay, cool.
Hence why I have an initiative of 0.
Come on, baby.
I guarantee with your roll that you've probably done better than
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Because no matter what system, no matter when, I always roll shite for initiative.
You and me both.
Yeah, but this is one of the few areas where I often roll lower than you. And that's
That
saying
is true,
something.
that-
We might be on par actually, because I'm going to assume your dex is higher than mine.
Oh Christ, actually it is, yeah. Oh fuck, it's the exact same score. It legitimately is the exact same score.
Oh, it's
You
fine.
have higher
Just...
dex, you're fine.
Yeah.
Hey, look, initiative buddies.
Do you have your initiative, buddy?
No.
Oh, that's right. For once, I'm
Then
actually
you're
playing a character that
screwed.
uses Dex
Yeah.
and a higher
For
Dex than
once,
you.
I'm playing a character that doesn't use dex.
I've got a bit.
I'm a Dex, you motherfucker.
So what I'm hearing is we've played Freaky Friday,
Yep.
and you're playing your favourite type, a Dexy spellcaster.
I'm quiet in the corner.
I mean, granted, that's very dramatically different from your first day character.
Yeah, but I'm incredibly socially awkward. I'm not flirting with everything that moves.
That is true.
Literally
Why
the
not?
polar opposite of your first day character.
I know.
It's like, oh no, I couldn't
On
possibly
Thursdays,
say
I
anything
can do
sexual.
double black flips, you know, all of that shit, and here I'm like, I hit things.
I think the best way of describing Draconius is Captain Jack Harkness meets Alucard.
Oh my god, yes, it is.
Yes. Yes.
Merlan said at some point he's going to do a video about Thursday sessions. I look forward to watching that.
Yeah, because there's so many like funny stories, you know, or just interesting stories, you know, that
Or
you know,
facepalm worthy stories.
Yeah, so it'd probably be a good idea
Like
to enlighten some people at
fountains.
some point.
Yeah.
Wells.
Fountains. Fuck off.
Bridges.
Bambi.
I did 2 for him, 1 for you. It's only fair.
Hunting mishaps.
I was gonna say 1,000-foot church that got ripped apart by someone's bare hands. That's one of my favourite stories.
I was going to say being able to watch 2 flies having sex a mile away, but you know.
And that's both the same character.
Okay, so
Who the hell would attack a shut up?
initiatives of anyone above 20.
No.
Funny.
Okay. 20?
No.
19?
No.
18?
No.
17?
Fucking hell.
16? 15?
I got 15. I got 15.
Woo!
Yeah.
You're close
14.
enough. You're my initiative.
9, I'm
Nine.
faster.
Yeah, he's got the higher dex.
Higher dex.
You both have 9s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
We legitimately ended up with the same initiative.
Oh my god, you guys are so close.
The annoying thing is I rolled lower than him for it.
So we've got Zach and Carson.
It's okay. I'm casually just letting the events unfold.
I'm supposed to be a gunslinger, a quick draw, and I got a 9 in initiative.
Okay, so
Deadeye.
with a speed that surprises me based on his really fucking good roll. As you're drawing your sword, the dwarf in front of you draws his axe quicker
Oh damn!
No shit, he had quick draw.
and
Fucking bitch with quick
swings at your.
Yeah,
It's because this one's paranoid. That's what it
Does a
is.
20 hit you?
yeah.
So he swings at you with his axe.
This is axe.
With his axe for 4 points of damage.
Cool.
So he quickly draws it up, swings it at your leg. Did anyone else walk up with her, or was it just her?
I walked
just
up
her.
ahead.
Cool. So he swings his axe. He's then going to swing at you with a dagger he had hidden. 8 is not going to hit you.
No, it is
So he
not.
swings at you with a dagger that was in his other hand, and unfortunately misses for him.
Fortunately,
not you.
misses.
At which point it is your turn. So,
You
Which
fucked
do I
up. You
use?
fucked up. You fucked up. Oh, the ways that I can kill a bitch.
Now I'm just trying to see which ability I'm gonna, piss him off with. Do I use my right? Do I use my necrotic shroud?
Do the second option.
Second option?
Yeah, do that.
Necrotic shroud?
Yeah, do that.
Alrighty then. Standard action.
okay.
My necrotic bony wings
Yep.
appear, black eyes, and a charisma save, please.
Is it just from him, or is it everyone?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I think it's everyone that can see me.
Yeah, I think it is as well, because I didn't bring
Yeah.
the book with me because I had to carry a lot today.
Ooh,
So you never know. They might shit their pants and
so
run away.
what type of roll?
Who can currently see her?
Yeah, I'd say that I probably can as well.
Right, if you can see her.
Charisma save, please.
Who has a charisma save of 15?
Okay, hang on.
Ah!
So it should be at the top of your next page.
Yeah.
I'm just-
Oh, no, you haven't got a second page, have you?
No.
This is the one character. This is one of the few characters I play where a charisma save is not a thing.
That one's a 21.
You have to be to 13.
Fuck! No.
So my friends get fucked, but the enemies don't. Great.
Shit!
That's an awful lot of dice. I wonder how many fuckers there are.
Hardly any.
Lots. Many lots.
Nah.
I think at this point I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here.
I
Let
turned
her-
invisible and moved before Cass started moving. So I don't know if I'm ahead of her or
Okay, where
looking
did
at her.
you go?
I'm walking toward where the bandits are. I was going to scout their numbers.
Okay, so you've walked forwards a little bit ahead of her. So you can see the 4 of them that are there, all dwarves.
Yeah.
Where else are you going?
Well, Zach said to me before I left that there are more around. You're in a forested pathway, aren't road. Okay, so I'm going to go left and have a look and see if there's any over there.
Okay, roll me a perception.
Ooh.
14.
Okay, you can see, you think, 4 who are sort of hidden relatively well around some of the edges of the trees, but they don't appear to be hiding from your angle because they're hiding from people on the road coming that direction at the moment.
One gets exposed by his axe,
Okay, so
one
you've
gets
got-
exposed by his beard.
So you've got 4 on the road, 4 on the trees on the left, my left. And then I'm going to have to look on the other side in a minute then. Okay, that's fine. So I haven't
Would
seen
be a
Cass just for
shame.
where I am. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Would
that's
be a
where
shame
we'll
if
do it.
someone set the forest on fire.
Yeah. So, and it is
Who would burn something down?
your.
That was the
That's your
standard.
action, isn't it?
That was the standard. So what else can? I'll do my crimson right at the same time actually because it's
Bonus
a
action.
bonus.
So who
So-
failed the saves?
Yo.
Okay.
You are
two.
frightened until the end of my next turn.
Shit.
Yeah, so you two cannot move closer to her.
Right.
And any attacks that you make while in sight of her are made a disadvantage. Doesn't matter whether they're against her or not.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a pain, isn't it?
If you got the D&D cheat sheets, it does say what frightened does.
And that lasts for a
Right,
minute or
and
until I
ability
end
checks
it.
as well. So, Makaria, it is your turn.
Yeah.
Unless you're moving at all. You are
No.
in melee combat with one at the moment.
No.
Okay. Can you please roll me a stealth check?
With advantage.
With advantage, yeah.
Do I want to 2 or 3? 8.
Okay.
You headbutt a tree?
So
Step
a
on
couple of the
branches.
ones in the tree line near you have twigged that this and
Have they snapped to attention?
Yeah.
Ow.
is there anything else you're doing other than moving?
No.
No piggyback honey.
Nope. That's the thing.
It's the sound she made as she walked.
Okay. So
I do have another one, but I'm not going to say it.
Go on then. Say it. Do it.
Yeah, so maybe you shouldn't stick around.
I love that you laugh at your own joke.
Well, how many times do I have to do this before it becomes workplace abuse?
Simple puns
I
on your
don't know.
simple minds.
so
Depends how long it takes me to realise.
one of the dwarves
The dwarves.
one of the dwarves
No,
who is currently on the road,
no.
who has something of a hood on and less armour than the others,
It's Dwarven Rogue, oh fuck.
looks over to roughly where you are and casts something.
I've got
At which point, a spectral ethereal sword appears in midair
Oh no.
Magic.
and swings where you are at disadvantage.
Oh,
That's
son of a
disadvantage roll.
bitch.
Yeah.
So at disadvantage, does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Ah.
17 or 18.
Oh.
So,
Witnessed.
so this spectral ethereal sword swings at you, and you take 8 force damage. As this translucent, almost slightly glowing sword appears and just cleaves through, and just out of nowhere some blood appears and just swipes down onto the floor. And the one who cast that calls over, "Hey, we've got an invisible one!"
No.
There's just
No,
this
no,
silly
no, no, I
dwarf.
don't.
Now, one other thing I just want to check. Invisibility is not oh no, it is concentration. Ooh. Can you roll me a concentration check, please?
Yeah, because it might not be we have an invisible one. What? No. You can't see me.
So you have to succeed on a con saving throw with a DC equal to 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher. So this is a DC 10 con save.
Yes.
You roll a 10. Yep, so you still maintain the invisibility.
Ooh.
Invisible.
But they seem to be aware that you are there.
Are they aware that they're aware?
Yes.
Okay.
At which point, that.
So I'll pull out my gun and I'm shaking like a motherfucker because I'm terrified.
Yep.
And I suddenly feel that I'm going to be too unstable to make the shot, so I'm not going to.
So, are you doing anything else other than pulling the gun?
Well, I was going to be pulling the gun anyway, and the way that round time kind of works anyway, so it would have been going off while she was doing it. I would have been doing that while she was doing her thing, and then like that happens.
Guns pulled.
No, just I'm too terrified. I'm like, no, I don't want to make a bad shot, especially if I hit her, because if she's doing this before I've shot her, what's she going to do after I've shot her?
Touché.
Back up. Carson.
How far away, are they from the side of the caravan?
They're currently about 15 feet ahead of the frontmost caravan, because she stepped down off her horse and walked forwards a little bit.
Yeah.
You currently can't move closer to them.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
You can move to the sides, but you can't move.
Oh
closer.
yeah, no, that's why I'm just like.
A monk who can't close combat is fucked.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's like maybe I could throw an axe into them. I don't know.
Ask them a question.
Can attempt a ranged attack.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. Right now, I'm not confident in my ability.
He is also shaken.
Fuck it.
Oh shit, we're both frightened and shaken.
I'm gonna throw an axe, into the fray, trying to hit one.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Which one are you going to throw at? So you've got the one that is in front of her that twatted her with an axe. You've got the one in a hood that did something and made blood appear out of thin air with a magic sword. And there's two more that haven't done anything yet.
Well, that one that produced the magic sword. I'm going to attempt to try and throw one at him because he's a bit. What?
Kill the caster.
Yeah, mainly because he's more open than the other one is. That's just cut you.
Okay, roll with disadvantage.
Always kill the support character. I mean mage, I mean the support character. Oh, you Merland it.
Yeah.
It was a 13 or a 1.
I got this. I hit the caravan.
Unlucky. And
Is
the
he going to hit
Merland.
me?
Nope.
Actually, is the caster actually in melee combat
No,
with
he's
her, or
not.
was it the sword?
What actually happens is,
Sword.
as you're sort of a little bit freaked out by her ghostly ethereal wings, you launch it backwards over the top of the caravan. You have no idea where it's gone.
Oh crap.
It's like,
Well, let's hope that didn't go anywhere important. Why, mummy?
So you literally rolled.
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna stay here and watch.
The dice rolls actually symbolise you perfectly. 13, an unlucky number. Unlucky 1.
okay, so a crossbow bolt goes nowhere near you. Another crossbow bolt goes close to you, but will not hit you with a 9. You are invisible, so they have disadvantage to attack you. Because an invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or a special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location can be detected by any noise it makes or tracks it leaves. Attack rolls against the creature have disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have advantage. So 2 crossbow bolts have gone past you and missed. Crossbow bolt goes past you and misses.
Not into the other guy. Damn.
Crossbow bolt fucking misses you.
He was like, no, I'm good.
So those 4 crossbow bolts, for whoever they were aimed at, have come out of the left side where she was already looking. So
What?
one of the ones next to the guy that's on you
I didn't do it intentionally.
steps 5 feet towards you. 6 will not hit you. The other one doesn't step closer and fires his crossbow. Ooh, 17 at disadvantage.
Yep.
So 6 points of damage. Piercing, if it's relevant.
Not yet.
And then we have crossbow bolt goes nowhere near you again. Again, aiming at the invisible spaces and missing. Crossbow bolt goes nowhere near you because, someone's frightening.
They're just firing everywhere.
Crossbow bolt goes nowhere near you.
For once.
And a 21 to hit you.
Bugger!
She's like, look at job, these guys can't shoot for shit.
5 damage. Yeah, 5 damage piercing if it's relevant.
Nope.
It's like, it's in the bone. It's in the bone.
So, after that crossbow bolt hits you,
Mm-hmm.
another dwarf steps out from the roadside on your right,
Right.
which roughly in the direction of where the crossbow bolt that hit you came from. He steps forward, brandishing his crossbow with another weapon in his other hand, growling at you. Galeth, towards the back of the caravan, gets off his horse, steps slightly closer to the caravan, puts his hands behind his back and stands up straight.
Protecting.
Defending.
I know that pose.
Stalk in front of you again. Swings his hand axe. Does a 12 hit you?
Nope.
12. And then he's going to back swing with his dagger. That's crit. He's going to back swing with his dagger at you.
He was right. We are all going to die.
11 points of damage. Slashing.
I saw the roll in the first one. I'm like, no.
So
I was going to be attacking him, but he's taken me. So all of that has taken me down to less than half. So I'm going to be changing.
Cool. So swings with the axe and misses. Swings with the dagger and cuts it straight across the front of your chest. Gives it as he hits you. At which point it's your turn.
Okay. And as he hits me, so you'd expect to see, a reaction of ow or something like that. I just smile. And starts transforming.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
I still have the wings.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, we figured.
but transform. Yeah, is there like some fear effect or something that goes with transforming, or is it
I
just
think so.
change?
I don't think there is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please don't make us roll again. Yeah, just like we're just no, she's got it.
Okay, starting to recover,
It's okay. The crippling fear is gone, and now I'm more crippled.
Yeah, no.
Take me to a therapist.
From crippled with fear to paralysed with fear.
Oh no, I'll be so frightened. I'll just be like, Caleb, save us.
Yeah, and as I'm changing, I swish my sword and put it away.
Okay. Have you ended the right on the sword?
The second my hand is taken off it, it
Okay.
ends the right.
So obviously the damage remains, but the total hit points go back up.
Yep.
It's like,
And then as a bonus action, right on my claws. Right, so from behind, all you see is my hair gets wild. I elongate and
Yeah. For
Hands
reference,
become
there are a
claws.
couple of loud, fairly sickening cracks as
I
parts of her body are shifting a little bit and reforming themselves to a slightly bigger form.
Do we have to make him another charisma save?
No.
Okay.
not for this one. That's only the wings.
For some reason, this is less terrifying. The wings are still there, though.
Yeah, the
Just for
wings are still
reference.
well, thank the
But it
dragons
only
for
lasts-
that.
frightened of that one, yeah.
there. Until the end of my next turn, so you're no longer frightened.
Yeah, so you guys
Yeah.
will be frightened by the end of her
Yeah,
turn.
yeah. Suddenly she's transforming. Oh, that's much better.
Oh well, at least now with that horrifying figure, the wings make proportional sense.
And that's 2 of your 10 turns of your
Wings.
wings.
Yeah.
Because it's 1 minute, which is 10 rounds. So, anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait, she just had a Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. Ow. Ow.
What do we say about Brandon?
So,
Form on lasts for 10 minutes.
oh, that
My
yeah,
hybrid
that form.
form.
Yeah. Makalia.
I'm gonna try and run back.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's fine.
can
So-
you? Did you want to use sob as a free action?
No, flipping them off is a free action. As I do with my claws.
Do you want to sob as a free action? Why would you want to be a son of a bitch as
So
a
I
free
think
action?
self-
Okay, sorry. That was okay.
Yeah, no, I saw.
22.
Yeah, that's fine. So they don't see that you've moved from the spot at all. So that's fine.
You know, as you're going, you go, oh yeah, shit, cover the bit that's bleeding so I don't leave blood trail.
Anything else?
Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
I have a question. You can only have one bonus action, can't you?
Yeah. You get a move, a action, a bonus action, and a reaction.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
I moved and I am stealthed. Can I cause a distraction to assist Cassandra?
No, and based on the way distract works, wherever it was, distracting has to be within 5 feet. Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got help. You help one creature with a task, giving that creature advantage on the next ability check makes the task, or you distract one creature within 5 feet of you, and the next attack roll that an ally makes against that creature has advantage. Because you know, last time when I was looking for it, I didn't realise it was under help.
Get
Get help.
So yeah, unfortunately, you can't distract from that.
Okay. We'll dash then.
Okay. So you get to the area of the caravans, and you are sort of safely between the caravans and invisible.
Yes. Okay. Actually, I want to be next to Zach because I want to talk to Zach.
That's fine. You can do that.
He doesn't even know you're there.
At which point, the one in the hood.
Okay, I'm going mad.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
22.
Okay, so he does something. Couple of words, couple of hand movements. At which point you feel something sort of pressing down on you, and you feel like struggling to move for a moment, and then everything goes back to normal, almost as though something tried to hold you in position and failed.
I'm just going to look at him and shake my head.
Shame.
Yep. At which point, Zach.
You can shoot now, buddy.
No longer Frigtened.
You
Can I
shoot now,
just
buddy.
talk normally?
You can talk, yeah. You sort of reasonable.
Yeah.
Don't take the piss type
There's
words.
4 in the road, and I saw 4 in the trees on the left. I didn't look on the right.
Gotcha.
Got it.
With that, because you noticed that there were more people around, I'll give you a free perception check to see if you can pinpoint them based on 4.
That's pretty good.
That's a 14.
You can see one of them on the left, but there is the one that's just come out on the right who does look like he's going for you.
Right.
So the ones in the trees on the left, they haven't come closer yet.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily know where they're going to go, but you can only see one of them from where you are now.
Okay. So there's one that's already next to me and one that's coming towards.
He's not quite in melee range with you, but he looks like he's coming for you.
Guns don't care about melee range.
No, they don't.
I spend the point of grit.
I would bless you,
Oh.
but you just waste it.
Dead eye shot.
Go for it. Dead eyes ready.
Oh wait, sorry. You've got you do have a pistol. Yeah, do you have,
21 to hit.
Cool. And that was with advantage. Nice.
Yep.
So yes, that will hit him.
Oh, god damn it. Why am I still consistent with damage even with gun? 6 points of damage.
Okay, so it's not quite dead, but that looks like it hurt. And there was a loud, resounding as you fired the gun.
Yep.
It's nice echoing as things go off. Anything else?
Reload.
Yep.
Action surge.
Okay, go for it. Oh shit!
Nice.
Nice.
Witnessed.
Did you number wing?
I did indeed.
So yep, you definitely hit him.
6. Whoa.
Wow.
12. 10.
Yeah.
To a 10.
I thought it was D8s for that, not D6s, by the way. Don't worry too much. Don't worry too much.
That went down.
Either way, I'm happy enough to take the damage you just had.
Cool.
You kill that one.
Yay!
So as the first shot, you put it through his leg, and he sort of slumps forward a bit, and he almost slumps into the barrel. At which point you quickly just bang straight through his face.
Cassus, based on the comments, what do dwarves taste like?
Mm.
Because we've asked saying, I hope whatever you kill is not edible but delicious. I want to know what dwarves taste like.
Delicious disappointment.
Aww.
Oh, but it's just like
Well,
Ew.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. delicious disappointment.
No dwarves, no.
But yeah, so he stumbles slightly, almost lands in the barrel of the gun. You fire just straight through the back of his head, just plasters the floor with it.
Hooray! In XCOM, that would only be 25% accuracy.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, because that's an action and a swift action.
And you don't
Both
have
action.
extra attacks yet, do you?
No.
Okay. Carson.
Okay.
You
So
can move up now, buddy.
Mark off 2 bullets.
Already have.
So the wibbly bastard, the hooded one. Is he still visible?
Oh yeah. He's about 5 foot away from the one that she's currently like more or less on top of.
Well, because he's doing that wibbly shit. I'm gonna jump down from the horse. And I'm just gonna go out with this. I'm gonna be spending 2 key points.
Alright.
And in the fist of unbroken air. So
Okay.
can he make me a strength saving throw, please?
Wind fisting!
So we've both gone for a this guy needs to die.
20?
Yes.
Non-natural.
So so that means you don't get pushed back or knocked prone, and you take half of this damage.
Half damage.
So now I need to roll. Where's one of the d10s? One more. Where's it gone? There it is. Come on, roll high.
It's you, I'd be surprised. 13 in total, were
Round up in favour of the player.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
7 bludgeoning damage.
And that was against El Castor.
Yes.
Okay. Is that everything?
It's like, would you still class that as an attack?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my movement to dash up to the bastard because I've got 40 foot to move. And then I use my standard bonus action to attack him
Okay.
with a fist.
Bone him good.
Carson uses fist.
13.
I wrote all the important stuff down. Fucking indeed.
Bet you it's going to be like 1 off or something stupid.
Some of them, it's not relevant. Others, it is relevant. What was the hit, sorry?
13.
It does hit.
Oh, hey!
Punch him in the face.
Punch him in the dick.
Aw, you
3 damage.
stop merlaning.
Okay.
I can't help it. I think I'm cursed now. After what I did to your dice, it's kicked in now.
So, you windy fist him, but good.
Yeah, it's like poof.
And then you actual fist him, less good. So, as you get off the horse, wind just smacks him in the face. You step up and give him a little bit of a gut punch. At which point...
Actually, I'd say it'd probably be more of a love tap.
Yeah, it's like poof. I'm sorry, did I hurt?
Oh yeah, it's
I'm sorry. Was that a scrape?
At which point, the 4 bandits that were on the left come out of the trees. One of which is going to come up to you.
Cool.
6 to hit.
No.
So he swings at you with his axe and misses. One of them
crap.
comes up to you. Not currently flanking. 9.
Yeah.
One of them is going to come up to your left hand side. 17.
Bugger!
5 damage. Slashing if relevant.
No.
Bastards. They really are bastards, aren't they?
Yeah. Another one is going to go up to.
Are they gonna hit where I think I was?
No, because they're assuming you've probably moved.
Damn it! They use their brains.
The invisible one is gone.
Does a 16 hit you?
No.
Okay. So another one comes up and swings at you and misses.
Yeah, that was close though, so I'd imagine that I'd probably
So
probably
got
block that.
3 in melee with you. I've got 2 in melee with me. You've got 1 in melee with you.
Yep. So one of the ones that was unable to get closer to you before, who was with the guy that's in range of you, he steps forward and he's now flanking with the other one that was attacking you, so he has advantage to it. Crit. The possibilities on that one were a 1 or a 20. Talk about both ends of the spectrum, right?
Yeah, literally.
So that's 9 points of damage.
I'm fucked.
The other one is going to. He's going to go up behind you.
Oh no!
So
I'm definitely being flanked now.
You definitely are. 19 to hit you.
Yeah.
7 points of damage.
Ow.
He comes up and splashes across the back. Okay. At which point, the 3 remaining in the tree line on the right hand side come out of the trees as well. One of them goes for you. 13 to hit.
No.
Okay.
Good.
Goes for Galeth. No. And also goes for Galeth. Hits him.
What? No! This made me angry.
Triggered.
I wouldn't know.
Raging monk.
Yeah, happens to be a crit as a matter of fact.
Oh, that'd be right.
At which point, let me get my handy dandy sheet. So.
Oh wait, it hasn't actually applied yet 'cause it's been melee. Because there's a handy dandy. Actually, that's a point.
I don't want to know what you do in the bedroom.
He'd be a monk. I know one thing he can do.
So
Because I can do it too.
You can do it too.
as the one
I'm thinking
strikes him and catches him in the side, he shifts with the movement. He spends a key point. And he's just going to do a simple flurry of blows.
Simple.
That one will hit.
Simple. Yeah.
That one will hit. And bonus action. That's a crit.
Oh, this one's fucked.
I'm not even going to roll damage because I've got his base damage. So, hand's still behind his back. The one that hits him with his axe, he leans forward and smacks him with his shoulder. Brings his elbow up and hits him.
And then headbutts the bastard.
And then nuts.
And then belly bashes him. Just so literally bam, bam, whack, and kills him. As he hits him, because his chest comes up to roughly where his face is, the force of his chest hitting him in the face snaps his neck backwards and he dies.
Chest bump.
Nice.
Yeah. At which point the dwarf sort of falls backwards dead. The other one kind of giving him a bit of a funny look, like.
Bruh.
Come at me, bruh.
Hey, how tall is that dwarf? How short is Gareth?
I don't know, because obviously a dwarf is about what, 4? Somewhere between 4 and 5 foot average.
About 5 foot.
Yeah.
5 foot
It
dwarf.
was more of a belly bash than a chest.
Yeah.
Truffle shuffle to the death.
So
Boom!
The one
Abs of
currently
steel.
14 to hit you.
Is it piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning?
It's slashing.
Okay,
Yeah.
no.
But so 14 doesn't hit, no?
No.
Okay. And with his dagger, which is slashing, does a 21 hit?
Yes. If you do more than 3 damage, I'm on 0.
Which does 4.
Oh.
Shit.
So that puts you to 0 and on the dying state. At which point he smiles and looks up.
I revert back.
Yep. So Cassandra, it is your turn. Can you please make me a death saving throw?
How do I do?
So if you on the cheat sheets. So if you drop to 0 HP, you are unconscious. Each turn you must make a death saving throw. Roll a d20. If 10 or higher, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail.
Basically,
3 successes mean you stabilize. And 3 failures mean you die. A 1 counts as 2 failures. But if you roll a 20, you gain 1 hit point and regain consciousness.
16.
Yeah. So you succeed 1. So
That's what there's like a
one
little track.
success.
Yeah, I'm not doing it actually on the page because that over time that'll just wear it out.
Yeah, unless I haven't got that page, I don't see it.
She is right there.
Definitely
So
not right
you
to
succeed your saving
No,
throw.
no one there.
At which point, Macaria, you do see her go down. It's not subtle. You are still invisible.
Okay. I am gonna sneak forward. Sneak.
Okay. If you roll me your stealth
Yeah, I don't have it.
advantage,
No.
you do have enough movement
I
to
don't
get to
have
where
it.
she is.
Yeah.
20.
Yep. So you've got enough movement to get where she is. No one has seen you yet, so there's no attacks or anything made against you.
Okay. I remember of the things that we took. She took a potion of healing.
Okay.
And I...
No, I didn't.
For the things that everyone got something of.
No, I didn't.
Well, like the uncommon
I
items
took a
thing.
flask of holy water.
Oh, she did.
Oh, yeah.
Because you took a potion of healing.
Mhm.
I don't know who else took a potion of healing.
Me.
Ah.
And I'm surrounded by like 4 guys at this point.
Yeah, I think... so as far as I'm aware, I think she took a potion of healing. Which is what I'm going to try and find on her.
Okay. Roll me and investigate, please.
Dun. Yeah. Okay. 17.
Okay. You find the bottle on her.
Okay. Is it labeled? Does it have anything on it?
It does have a label. It says holy water.
Put it back.
Ah, pissfusser.
Okay. Can you roll me another stealth check at that point as well? Because you are sort of rustling around just to see if they.
A 2 or a 3 again?
Yeah. Okay.
What the hell did you do?
7.
I haven't done anything to those dice.
No, they're gonna do this. As I pick up a thing and put it back, like shit. Closing bottle.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. So the floating translucent sword that didn't disappear now moves to above where she is and swings at the space that you're currently in. At disadvantage, does a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay, it misses. So this one does not hit you. At which point, it is Zach's turn.
You feel you might have been generously given a new haircut. Okay, so
Oh, no.
for one that shot at me, 2 can play at this game, you asshole. Reload, bang.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, I think a 25's likely to hit.
Is it just a flat 20 for crits, I take it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yes, there we go. That's what we like.
So that'll be 12 points of pew fuck you damage.
Yep.
Pew,
So
pew, fuck
He
you.
fires at you. Was he one to hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he fires at you, hits you. At which point, take it in the shoulder, level the gun at him, and you shoot him straight in the chest. At which point he's
Ow!
keels over dead.
At least aim.
Yeah.
Should have gone for the head.
Should have aimed for the head.
So yep, so scratch off another bullet as well as another enemy. Anything else? You have also seen that she's gone down. It is also not subtle.
Reload. I'll reload. Would have taken up my move. Shooting would have taken up my action. Nope. I can't do that.
No, reload can take up your bonus actually.
In that case, yep, I will rush over to her.
Okay, okay.
So dex check to get off the horse.
In this case, yes, just a dex saving throw.
So that'll be 16.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Wait here, boy. There's a jump off towards her.
Casson.
Right. So obviously I'm going to attack. So the hooded one's still up, isn't he? So I'm going to keep focusing on him for now. So I'm going to throw a punch at him. And then, as you can imagine, I'll be spending a point of key to do flurry of blows. But we'll see if he survives the first one, which he might do.
The key to do flurry of blows, is that not your normal action? And then bonus action, you get an additional attack?
Well, no, you get one attack as a standard action, and then
Oh yeah, Keith's flurry of blows. So I did it the wrong way around, but that's fine.
Yes.
yeah, and then the
Oh,
yeah,
you
so
say same result.
then yeah, it's a bonus action for the flurry of blows.
You were doing it Pathfinder style.
Yeah, I did it the wrong way around.
12. I'm going to assume doesn't hit him. Fuck.
Do you have-
Flurry.
Do you have any experience +1s there?
No.
None in this system. Yet.
Right. So next one,
I did last time.
even worse.
God fucking damn it, Merlan.
Is he within surge range?
This 5e, as far as I'm aware, doesn't have mythic. So
Yeah, it does.
Last-
No. He is within surge range.
Last
Witness.
one is a
Fucking
crit.
count.
okay.
Number wang.
roll them damages. So remember, roll all your physical roll dice twice and add your static bonuses as normal.
So it's just one set of static bonus.
Yeah, static bonus never changes, but your dice double.
+2.
5. Okay, so you swing at him twice and he sort of moves out of the way. You misjudge his height a little bit. And the third one, you swing down a little bit and catch him in the side of the neck.
It's like, oh, that would hurt me a little bit.
That is not concentration. So
You bastard.
That would be minimum damage for one of my pews.
Well, I did roll basically minimum damage.
That would be minimum damage. Without right.
okay, anything else?
No, that is my standard action and my bonus, and I can't really move at this point, so...
Well, not without provoking. So 15 to hit.
No!
Less than minimum damage.
Thank you, mage armor.
14
You're
will
welcome.
not hit.
No. Pa, no.
15 also will not hit again.
Yeah! Now, if only I could get them to hit each other, then that would be great.
One of the ones that was on her comes to you. 8 does not hit.
Yeah, it's like it's a slippery bastard. It's just a horde of them surrounding me. It's like, just fucking die.
13 to hit you.
No.
14 to hit you.
No.
15 to hit you.
Bugger! I was hoping you wouldn't even fall over scale.
So that's 4 points of damage slashing because he comes up and
Son of
slashes you with his
Fucking
axe.
prick.
And drop my back on the floor. Yeah, 7 does not hit Gareth. At which point, Gareth is going to go for that one, and he's going to attack, and then bonus action flurry of blows, because that's how it works.
That's how it works.
I see he
Hit.
needs the flurry.
Hit. That one won't.
Just out of curiosity, what level is he?
What
Oh,
level?
not a level. Oh.
Don't know.
That's metadata.
It is. It is.
No, it's
That's
just as a
real.
point. It's like because I believe it's 5th level where standard monks get an extra attack as a standard attack. Just for reference.
That's fine. So this time he stamps on his foot, and the guy keels over with the sheer force of it. And as he keels over, he lifts his knee up and crushes his face. At which point he knees up again, but the guy's already fallen over, dead.
Yeah, it's like, ah.
Well, you could have at least tried to survive.
Aren't you trying, little dwarf?
And he is going to step closer towards the front of the caravan now that the ones near the back aren't around anymore. So that one is going to swing for you. So the one that was in front of her swings for you. A 9 doesn't hit you.
Nope.
With his dagger, a 15.
Fuck.
These
4 points of damage.
God fucking damn it, these consistent little shits.
Which point, Cassandra? Could you please roll me another death saving throw?
3.
Okay, so that is a fail.
Yep.
That's 1 success, 1 fail.
It's fine. You've still got time.
Okay.
Zach is now close to me.
Mhm.
Healing potion, please. That's a disappointing wish for Noah.
What do you think I was doing?
It's my turn. I can actually take it and do it though.
I point to it on my pouch.
Okay, I take it the potion.
Okay. Yeah.
I give it the potion.
So it'd be a standard action to give her the potion.
Yes.
So if you could roll the potion.
Closed.
Exactly, yeah. So if you could roll the potion's healing, that one is the 2d4 plus 4.
Okay, 7.
Okay, so you now have 7 hit points. You are conscious.
Hooray!
Your saving throws get wiped. Anything else on your turn?
Wait. That's a standard action, but I can't move. I don't think I can do anything else. So
You still technically have a bonus.
I don't have anything I can use as a bonus action.
Okay.
So unless I can move away.
Depends on how far you move generally to get to where you are now.
You could probably move, yeah. You're.
Well, as far as I was aware, Zach is right next to Cassandra, so I didn't actually move anywhere. I took it and then did
Very
the thing.
close.
Yeah, you had enough move to move up.
Cool.
You just couldn't do anything else at the time.
Ah,
And you can get through his square without any
Okay.
issues.
I do a depotion and then I leave. I go back toward the caravan.
Okay.
30 foot out the way.
I wanna do the cha-cha.
So,
Yeah.
in fact, so the sword swings over where you were again because you're not there. I can't make an attack roll. There's nothing there to attack. Just sword just sort of swings around there.
Swing and a miss.
Swings in roundabouts.
Okay. Reload.
Mhm.
Aim. Pew.
Okay, who are you killing?
The one who just tried to. The one who just fucking stabbed me trying to get to Cassandra.
Okay.
So 21.
Blow his brains out.
10 damage.
10. Nice. So you level your gun and you shoot him, and it catches him square in the shoulder, goes straight into his armour, goes and growls at you. Anything else?
Bonus action. Final gambit.
Yeah.
Ping.
Yep. Go for it. Another shot.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So mark off your 2 bullets. So the second one, unfortunately, based on the way he'd moved, you fire it a split second later, and it just goes just over his shoulder.
Damn it.
At which point, Carson.
Right. Because of the situation I'm in, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Ah! Okay.
So attack. It says attacker has disadvantage, but it's in this case attackers.
There are no different.
Disadvantage, but I can still use a bonus action to swipe at the magey one.
You can.
Yeah. Cass, I have a feeling he heard the sound of my final gambit and went, I should duck. Because I imagine it sounds like this.
Ooh, 18.
18 will hit.
Yay!
Roll to fist face.
Ooh, 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like.
Okay, so yeah, stocking but good. Still standing.
Fucking
Anything else?
mages. Nope, that's all I can do. I am not moving out of threatened ranges.
Okay. 9 doesn't hit
I am so glad I got a disadvantage
6
on that
doesn't
one
hit
because
you.
I saw what was on the other dice.
10 doesn't hit you. 6 doesn't hit you. 3 doesn't hit you.
No.
Well, 6. But
Might hit a fly. Actually, maybe not.
Actually, no, they get higher bonuses because
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
diminutive. So
Gareth. Let's give it to him. The bigger one.
Yep.
For want of a better word. The captain one, I say. Swings through again. 22.
Fucking hell.
He sucks, right?
Yeah.
8 points damage.
Fucking hell.
you can kill him.
And on his backswing with the dagger, a 12 doesn't hit you.
Conveniently, that's my health.
So yeah, so he swings with your axe, with his axe, sorry.
He takes your axe.
Yeah, dagger backswing misses. Cassandra, it's your go.
Yeah.
So you are currently prone. Because obviously fall over. So prone creature's only movement option is to crawl unless it stands up and thereby ends a condition. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against you has advantage if they're within 5 feet or disadvantage if further than 5 feet. You can use half your movement to stand up.
I'm a gunner.
It does provoke, but none of them are currently focused on you.
And then I'm going to track the big fucker in the face.
Okay, what with?
Yay.
The sword.
Sword.
Yeah, just when you thought that I was dead.
22.
Surprise.
That hits.
Stab!
Roll for killing.
Roll and kill him things.
13.
Nice. So as you stand up, you swing your sword upwards out of its sheathing, and you catch him straight across the back. Lurches a little bit. So in front of you, you see Cassandra stand up and straight across him.
Second win, baby!
Ooh, good
I
idea.
don't know if there's anything that says that your skeletal wings end if you're unconscious.
They don't.
So you can still deal your additional d6 radiant... No, necrotic damage in your case, sorry.
Woo! Extra d6.
Because I actually don't think anything states that it disappears.
Extra 2 necrotic.
Cool.
Not enough to kill.
Just as a fair point. 'Cause, you know. Anything else? Or is that everything?
Nope, that's everything.
Right, carry on.
I don't feel like I can help in this situation. Is there a dude still invisible somewhere?
There wasn't any dude in
You'll be on
You
the
was the
invisible
invisible
one. Sorry. I'm thinking of
All of the ones that were in the trees have come forward and started swinging at people now.
Swinging for the fences.
Sorry, none of my
What?
spells are particularly useful, and I don't want to get close enough to help because I keep getting stabbed and I don't like it.
That's what happens when you play
Welcome to adventuring.
a character without offensive spells.
I'm gonna guard the caravan.
Okay. Okay, so I take it you're remaining invisible.
Safe here.
I can almost expect you to go. If I can't see them, they can't see me.
Totally what's happening currently, but no one can see me.
Okay, so this one's going to make a melee spell attack against you.
Oh.
22.
Oh.
Fuck no!
What's that? 8 above your AC, I think. No,
No, I've already 17.
it's like 5
5.
above your AC.
Yeah.
That's 10 points of damage.
Ow!
Necrotic.
Oh!
Ooh.
That should have hit me. I have resistance.
So, the sword that's next to him, obviously was swinging around everything, but he comes in and swipes at you, and some dark black mass energy just envelops his hand as he swipes you, and you just almost feel like it sucks out life force.
Not evil, Wibble.
At which point he's going to also, as a bonus action, swing that sword at you.
Why is it with you and all your characters getting fucked up by dark
But I
evil
don't
Wibble?
think an 11's going to hit you.
No, thank goodness for that.
At which point, Zach.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out my other gun.
Yep.
I'm going to shoot that one. Non-natural 20 to hit.
Yep.
And I'm going to be going for the big fucker because he's causing us some problems now. Damn it. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my second wind.
Second wind.
Get 7 back.
Yeah, boy. Healing.
He's like, it's not so bad. A hole in the chest never really hurt none.
Is anything else, or was that it?
No, that's all.
Okay. Casson.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do the rinse and repeat. Take the dodge action. Use my bonus action to swipe that motherfucker in the face.
Swipe that motherfucker in the face.
Come on, be a crit or something. No, definitely not.
You asked for
8.
too much.
No, I'm sorry. It misses.
It's like no.
So as you're bobbing and weaving, and you
It's like dodge.
What I'd laugh is if he hits you next time, it's basically going to be he ducks you and she goes.
miss.
Which one? There's 2 right there.
Him, those ones.
He's the miss.
Yeah.
18 to hit you.
Bugger.
Why you?
I know.
2 points of damage.
Oh no.
Tis a flesh wound.
And a 9 which misses you.
Yep.
My fucking armor.
Yeah,
Okay,
just like
so- Bandits ineffectually wail. Gareth moves a little bit closer, stands in front of sort of the caravan horses, and observes. Guy is going to swing for you again.
Oh god.
21 to hit.
Yes. If the total ends up starts with a 2, yes.
Well, yeah.
Or anything that's 16 or above.
5 slashing.
Oh crap. Well, there goes all of my second win gains.
Just like I feel better.
He's
No.
back swing his dagger at you for a 14.
Bang on the nose.
I could do this all day. Okay, maybe not.
Yes, I want
3
half
points
a
damage.
day, maybe.
So he back swings the dagger for you for 3 points of damage.
I can do this all morning.
At which point it's your turn.
5
Are we
minutes.
flanking?
You are flanking.
Oh shit, I should have asked that. That would have been useful to know earlier.
13!
No, it's only just become relevant.
It's fine. Somehow
Fortunately not.
I don't think so.
somehow the DPS is aggroing with all the enemies on me.
Anything else? Nope. Macaria?
Actually, that's not hard to understand. Like in Final Fantasy 14 DPS, I grow all the time.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
There's nothing relevant I can do, so I will do nothing.
Swear at them. Throw some pebbles.
I can't do help unless I'm within 5 foot.
She's not getting that close.
Obviously, I don't know what other spells you have.
He does something.
Nothing beyond that.
Yeah.
Shame that we haven't got a bard with us who could just go, oh yeah, can and make it
I
worse.
can make a light. I can use Mage Hand, but can't be used to attack anything. I can prestidigitate something. I can cast Dodging Lights. I can cast
Thaumaturgy.
Detect Magics, Comprehend Languages, Mage Armor, or Invisibility.
Do dancing lights. I'm confused the shit out of them.
It doesn't count as a
I
distraction.
know.
I'm going to say about the caravan. Good luck.
What?
Good luck, have fun.
So, the mage does something.
Oh no. Forgot about the Webble Slinger.
But yeah, some
Needed
flame
to
appears
die.
around
I don't
Gareth.
think
He
I've
does
actually-
nothing apparently as he moves and nothing happens.
I don't think Zach's actually seen the Webble Slinger yet.
Sword swings at you for a total of 14 and misses.
Yay!
Well, that should be at disadvantage anyway. So it's not 1. It's not 1. But yeah, so it's fine. So his turn is effectual. Zach,
Got advantage.
you does have
Thank
the advantages.
Sweet. Oh, and also, what I was thinking about, this is probably what my final gambit sounds like.
Definitely.
Clang.
Oh well, I'm glad I'm at advantage. Although that's what dice will roll anyway. So 21 to hit,
Yeah.
and that's 9 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. Anything else? Reloading?
Reload. Yep.
Cool. Casson.
Dodge. Bonus action. Hit Magey face. In face, hopefully.
I'm gonna hit your face in the face.
13. Did that get him before?
It does.
Hey! 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yeah. Generally, mages aren't don't like to be in
Okay.
close combat.
Nope, that is it.
Okay.
Dodging.
16 to hit you.
No! Yay!
Yes.
What's your AC with the mage armor currently?
17.
19
Very high
to
than
hit.
mine.
19 to hit.
And when
No, I lied.
4 points damage.
Ow.
Slashing.
Eee.
Yeah, ow. Not
You're
looking.
on half my health.
You're not looking great right now.
Boo frickin' ho.
This is you. So they will swing, and misses.
How much health are you
4 out of 39.
on? Yeah, he's only 2 off.
Gareth kicks up a stone, takes his hand out, catches it, and biffs it. Hits the caster in the head.
And kills him. And kills him. And kills him.
Not quite.
Oh.
But yeah, he does smack the caster in the head with a rock. That one.
I love to think there are stars now around
Sorry.
the caster's head.
The one swings his axe at you and misses.
Right.
16 to hit you.
Yes.
Dagger back swing. 3 points damage.
Your health's just been cut in half again, hasn't it?
I'm on 1.
Oh.
Anything more than none, then you're ready to go. It's your turn.
kick him in the dick.
At least we're flanking.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Oh yes.
Kill them, kill them, kill them.
Murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill, murder.
10 normal, 4 necrotic.
Ooh. Cassus.exe is loading.
Math.
Is
I'm
it?
gonna do it.
Yeah!
Yay!
I want to chop this fucker's head off.
So as
I don't care. I want to chop his fucking head off.
so swing with your sword and you're cutting across him. At which point you go just straight across, and it just cleaves his head. And he, almost like he doesn't even realise it's happened. His sort of face is contorted in anger at you as his head just leaves the body.
Decapitation!
Wait. Does Carson get covered in blood? I hope Carson gets covered in blood.
No, because she swung the other way.
Aww. I expect nothing and I'm
It's
still
fine,
disappointed.
bastard's dead.
Rolling on with that. Fuck it. I'm gonna try intimidation.
Yeah.
Scare the other fuckers.
Oh no.
Who knows?
Good idea.
16. It wouldn't be on you. It'd be on the other,
Okay.
on the enemies.
Yeah, well, based on the fact that he was absolutely kick ass and you just ripped his head off, I will go with yes on that one. So at which point the caster is going to sort of see that happen, turn tail, and run, provokes from you.
Hooray! Come on,
Donkey
maybe.
punch him! Why did you have to
No! I rolled a 1.
Okay, you miss.
That is Wangadum.
Yep, you flat out miss. So he starts running off down the road, gets about 30 feet, 25 I think is the door. Zach.
So how far away is the mage from me?
About 25. We were pretty
About
much level headed.
30 feet from you. 'Cause
That
he was the
sounds
other,
like
he was
it's
the
in-
other side of the
Oh, yeah.
okay.
That sounds like it's within pew range.
Hey, no deserting! Don't start a fight you can't finish.
That's a 18 to hit.
Yeah, roll damage.
Kill him! Oh, that better kill him.
I'm hoping that 12 damage to the back of his head blows his fucking
Yeah.
brains out.
Yeah, so you shoot him and it catches him right at the top of the back of the spine, right in the back of the head. At which point there's just almost a spray of blood forwards, pink misting him. Mark off another bullet.
Bonus action reload.
Grand. Casson!
Caster's gone. One of the other ones is dead. So does that mean there's 2 left?
How many enemies?
6 left.
There's 6 left.
There were
Okay.
8.
They've-
Girls killed 2. You've Cassus killed.
There were 10 of the not caster and other one. 12 enemies total.
Okay. So how many are actually on me currently? Because the cast has gone.
3.
Oh, they're off. Okay.
They've just been ineffectual as fuck.
Sorry, because
You
obviously
take the
because
dodge.
of the fact that
You
you
have disadvantage, so they keep missing you.
Well, why can't I just imagine, you tried to punch the caster who's running away, and then suddenly he dies, and you're like, wow, my air punch has got way better!
I feel empty on my key right now.
You're spent.
Okay, so because I've still got 3 on me, dodge was my main action.
Yeah.
Bonus action to twat the next nearest one. So we'll just go in a clockwise direction, so the one to the right of him.
Shame you can't do a triple roundhouse.
Yeah, I would love to do
If you didn't take
that.
the dodge, you could have.
Oh,
Well, you could have.
Cocked.
So when it landed on that, oh.
It was cocked.
Cocked. Ah.
Now what you made me do?
It was cocked.
It went from a 15 to a 2.
At least it's not a
17 to a 2.
Swung out and I'm off.
So
He was like,
he went down a whole 15.
I'm armed with pillows.
Ineffectual flailing at you. Ineffectual flailing at you.
Effective flailing at you.
Ineffectual flailing at you.
It's just divulged to get off! Everyone get off!
Disadvantaged ineffectual flailing at you. Disadvantaged ineffectual flailing at you. Another disadvantaged ineffectual flailing at you.
Hooray! I like
All
that
6
word
of them
when
just
it's
flat out miss. Galeth stands and watches.
It's like, this is fun.
Cool. So there's
1 swung at you.
so we were either side of 1. So 1 swung at me. So no advantage on this.
No.
9.
Oh, unfortunately not.
I rolled a fucking 3.
Sorry. Macaria, Guarding.
I'm regarding.
Zach.
Okay, so I'm going to try and get into a position where I'm flanking with one of them.
You can, but you'll provoke from the one that's just on you.
Okay.
Kill the one that's on you first.
Yeah, I'll probably should. Can't hit the table, can't hit the fucking thing.
No, I didn't see how far I went.
Yeah, I beat you all to saying it. 17 to hit. Sweet.
Kick his ass.
Oh, fuck us. I did a Merlan on the damage. 5 damage.
Okay, so you catch one straight through his leg, but unfortunately he's not dead yet.
Soon.
I got a bullet.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, I can't do another attack yet, so... what be like? Yeah, because I can't do an attack instead of a move action, can I? Damn it. The only one thing I like about Pathfinder 2. Yeah, no, that's it.
Calzone!
Dodge, bonus action, hit in face.
Smack him! Smack him. Smack him good.
Well, let's see. I had the natural 20 out of the other one. Where's it? Where's the other little D20? There you are.
From somewhere over the caravans. Oi, smack him good!
Whoa! Fucking hell, witnessed.
Yes!
Number wang.
Nice.
Crit!
Cool.
Damage.
Did you say clit?
No, crit!
That's not what I heard.
He rolled a clit.
So that's 2,
Critical hit for
5,
round.
7 damage total.
Okay, not quite dead, but you punch him and you feel a bit of a crack as you hit him in the collarbone.
Cave!
Do you not
Dodge.
have anything on top of you, Larry?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
That's why it was 7.
Oh, I thought you'd roll that as well because that was conveniently.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you feel something crack as you hit him in the collarbone. He's not dead, but he's standing.
Come on, you bastards!
Disadvantage and effectual flailing. Disadvantage and effectual flailing.
Are you
and effectual
joking?
flailing. 3 natural ones against him. Disadvantage and effectual flailing because 14 doesn't hit you, does it?
No.
Disadvantage and effectual flailing.
Hooray!
Disadvantage and effectual flailing.
There's another 1 in that one there as well.
So they are really not doing very well.
Good, that's how we like.
They've lost morale since they lost their mage.
Yeah.
The
And
one
And leader,
that
yeah.
you've shot
Yep.
disengages from you. It's not the disengage action, so you get an attack of off.
Cool. Good thing I've pulled out my stinger, which has the flick blade on it.
Yep, it is.
Flick. Fucking hell.
Damage.
Roll with double damage.
So let's see, my flick blade is.
Should be D4.
Oh, use my d6.
It's a dagger. Starts
Yeah,
with damage.
daggers are D4s.
No,
dagger.
stats of a dagger.
Oh, I thought it was short sword.
No, it's stats of a dagger. It's on the end of a gun.
Okay, so 2, 4, 10 damage.
Yeah, you stab him in the back of the throat with it.
Shing.
Yeah, flat out. As he turns around, you just straight through the back of the neck.
And that's why it's for Stinger.
You think you're escaping? Oh,
You can't escape.
The one that you've injured turns tail. You gain attack of van. Attack of opportunity.
attack of a van. 17 to hit.
Yeah, it.
Yay!
Maximum
Yay!
damage.
Max damage 6 points of bludgeoning.
Dies. Yep. So you hit him in the back of the head and just fucking flat out floor him.
By what I'm hearing, the only way we can kill these fuckers is when they run away.
If they retreat, I finish them off.
It's funny that, and like the Total War games, when they're running away, you kill them pretty much instantly.
Gareth starts wandering back around to the other side of the caravan.
Yeah, it's like,
You know what? I
oh,
might actually have this.
Cassandra.
11.
Yes.
Oh dang. Son of a bitch.
Can't hit the table, can't hit the monster.
9 normal, 3 necrotic.
You cleft him in twain.
hey!
Fucking finally.
The mooks don't have many hit points. They're just more
The
numerous
fucking
than the other
bastard!
ones. Macaria.
Regarding.
Your car.
On guarding.
But you're probably a bit happier now that they're falling over.
Okay, so now I can move into one and move into range to get one into disadvantage.
Yeah, you can.
So that is 18 to hit,
Yeah.
Please kill it.
and that is 6 points of damage.
No, so you put one through the back of his calf. He's sort of, not dead yet.
Damn
Anything else?
it. Reload.
Okay, Castle.
Okay, so is there just one left that was, on me?
There
Out of the
is
original 4 I was there.
Mage ran, 1 tried to run and he punched in. There's 2.
currently 2. Yeah, 2 on you at the moment.
There's
One of
only
which is
3
injured.
left in total.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm gonna risk it.
Somebody's counting. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, actually no, you've been rolling better.
How did I find?
I'm gonna risk
How did I
it, so I'm gonna take
survive? What did I
a
shoot?
standard attack action as well as the bonus action to attack.
Reloaded.
Okay.
So on the next nearest one. 10.
You went to the well too many times, buddy.
10 on this.
And the bonus action.
Oh,
No, 19. That should do
Okay.
it.
Is this on the injured one?
Yes.
Oh, if it's the injured one, you have advantage on him because he went into. He went flank.
Oh.
So
that's the first
the first
attack.
Oh, okay. So the first,
That's
yes.
just the first roll.
So the first one, in that case, 5 points of damage.
Yep, he's dead.
Oh, okay. In that case, I can use
So-
my second attack action
as,
on the
as,
other
as
one.
he's there with the bullet in the back of his leg, you give him a bit of a sucker punch in the jaw and feel a crack as his jaw sort of caves a little bit and just slumps.
Hey, look! Once again, we team up on kills.
Yes. You were distracted.
And have rolled your attack against the other one.
So
Another
is this one at advantage or not?
This one is not.
No. Okay.
This is what you get
does
for
not-
getting shot.
Yeah, this one does not have la flankage.
14.
14 will hit.
Yay! Give me a d4. You. 5 damage.
Okay, not dead, but
Not dead, but
you
not
give
happy.
Give him a swift whack in the chest.
Seems like a. Aha!
Okay. At which point he's going to
This is when he goes, drops me.
swing and miss with a 9,
Woo!
and then think better of it because all his mates are dead and start running. Attack of opportunity.
Come
I
on.
thought there was still one more.
Oh, god damn it, man.
There is another one, but we'll get to him in a minute. I'm just doing this one because he gets hit back.
I miss.
Oh, disappointing. So
I know.
he gets 25 foot away. The other one is on you. Yeah, misses. So yeah,
Nice.
he's sort of panic swinging, and it starts running.
It's like, we're all dead.
14.
Also, you've got great sword fighting, haven't you? You can reroll 1s and 2s and damage, remember?
Whoa! Wow, that's murder.
She rolled her 2 to a 6.
Yep. So that is 13 normal, 6 necrotic.
Oh.
Yeah, as he's running, you just jam it straight down and just straight through his spine into the floor.
You will
Funnily
not
enough,
live.
I'm using this one for the necrotic damage.
Funny though.
As it sticks into the floor, like his body's just sliding down the sword. Okay, yeah, Gareth has wandered around the back of the caravan. Now it's your turn. The last one is about 25 feet away.
That means charging.
Now, don't use the rule of once upon a time. Don't throw swords.
I was actually back expecting her to attempt to biff the sword at me.
No. I wouldn't biff my sword. So I'm gonna mosey over.
Yeah, you've got more movement than he has.
You know, the body is still just falling off the sword.
Yeah.
As I move into flanking to get advantage.
You can't flank because he ran away.
Oh.
If you re-roll the whole thing, please, because you
Oh,
don't get
I
advantage
just
on that.
missed out on a 20.
Yeah, because he ran away and he missed the attack as well.
You got 18 there?
No, 15.
Oh.
So that's 21.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Sorry, your font is really difficult to read.
It's my fancy dice.
He's like, your font. No.
Fairly sure, based on the fact that this guy is already injured.
13 and 5 necrotic.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's so dead.
He's so fucked.
You can kill him as you fucking please. He is so dead.
So you
So
slot.
he's currently running away as I'm moving up behind him.
Yeah.
So you slot one.
I
and
can
fo-
wait.
Yeah,
Can I
you
keep
bear
the
down.
body of the other dwarf and stab it through the other ones? There too on the
roll a
sword.
strength check. See if you can.
I was actually thinking more kind of like pyramid head, the sword dragging along the ground with the corpse of the dwarf slowly getting
Non-natural 20.
driven down.
Yes, you can.
Cool.
It's like you're dragging the sword along, the corpse still there as the skin is getting scraped away
Yeah.
by everything.
As I lift it up so that the dwarf is still on the sword and stab it into the other guy
Oh,
through the neck.
well, look at that, a dwarf shish kebab.
And then yeah, and then just
Yeah, so blood off the blade. So, out of initiative.
bodies and blood off
Fucking
the blade.
boom.
I love
So
that.
you've mirrored the mace.
Bang! Oh, maybe we should leg it then.
Yeah, so combat ends.
Wait, combat ended.
Ow.
Macaria!
Yeah, no, it's just like, they're all dead, good.
Far away from me.
That's why I'm shouting.
55 foot. Yeah.
Are you whispering or are you?
No, I'm running very far away.
No. It was literally Macaria.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
It's like, well, I think after that we need a rest.
Yeah, I think we should probably set up camp.
How much ammo you are?
In each gun, I think I'm on 11 bullets. Hey, I had fun using it, so I don't care.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fire a few shots though.
But still, hey,
There was a lot of dwarves, and most of them hit, which is good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use Mage Hand to slowly start digging a hole. Because I don't want to leave all the dwarf bodies on the road if we're gonna rest.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything there?
Collapsing.
I think I'm gonna set up for start than that.
I don't have enough energy or willpower to set up my shit.
I'll set it up for you.
see,
There is blood coming out of
you know
places
what?
blood should
Fuck
not
it.
be coming out of.
I will
I
set.
mean, I'm gonna help you.
Okay, because I can lift 10 pounds of dirt at a time.
I'll help you set up your stuff.
I don't know how much that is.
Just-
I'll do it for you. I don't know.
Someone must have something, something we can use as a shovel
I don't
somewhere.
have a shovel.
Nope.
So if you're planning on
Forest pack?
so are you planning on moving on after you've done this, or are you planning on staying here for the night, or around here for the night?
Around.
Find a place around here to set up camp.
Okay, so you do dig the hole. It takes half an hour or so. You're starting to set up stuff.
Yep.
You are able to gain the benefit of a short rest at the moment. So depending on what's going on. So you can potentially use hit dice to heal up if you want to. Depends. Once you've dug the hole, what are you doing?
I'm going to search each body individually before I dump them in the hole.
Yeah, no, I'll help you dig the
That's
hole,
not
and then so I think I need to go rest.
Good known.
Thank you.
Oh no, 10 hit points.
No.
Yeah, so I'll leave you do the searching and the finding, and that's when you go, oh, look at the special thing. I'm just going to pocket that.
Okay, so each of the mook dwarves, which there are 10, each of them has 10 gold on them.
Wait.
100 gold.
Each has 10 gold.
So that's 100 gold in total.
Ah, okay.
Yep. So each of the mook dwarves, which there's 10 of, have 10 gold. So it's 100 gold. There are 2 common healing potions on the mage. He also has 50 gold on him.
Yeah.
The big guy has 100 gold on him alone.
Okay.
And his axe, despite all the fighting, seems
Gorgeous.
untouched and even with sort of maybe an untrained eye, it's fairly good craftsmanship.
Okay, yep.
That goes on the side.
Yep.
And that'd be it.
Okay, so basically I'm looting and then pushing him in the hole, and then looting and then pushing them in the hole.
Oh yeah, and the dwarf did also. The fucking old dwarf. The dwarven caster did have a symbol on him of something.
I want the symbol.
I feel you may have to do a
Okay,
roll.
Roll knowledge religion.
Religion?
23.
Yeah,
Damn.
that shit's a symbol of Tiamat. That's bad.
You know how to spell that name.
And based on your roll, you know that most of the cities on the continent will kill you on sight if they see you wearing it.
I'm not going to wear it. Okay.
Just for reference. They're worth nothing because people will not buy them.
Okay. It's going in the hole with dwarfs.
That's fine. But yeah.
Any use in the hole?
Basically, worship of Tiamat is pretty much outlawed on this continent.
Yes. I have notes about
On
that.
this content.
I'm like, oh, that's bad. So basically I've gone, oh, that's bad. Into the hole.
Oh, bad juju. Buried.
But yeah. So, if you are using the benefit of a short rest, are you going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many of your hit dice are you using to heal up?
I use 1.
Use 1 hit dice? Okay. So you rolled that and healed up, so that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there for now.
Yes.
So you are still, whatever state you were in now,
Yep.
what you were in at the start of the next session.
Okay.
Ow! That's
Okay.
it. I am the owl
You were
state.
doing things. I fucking slept on a fucking concrete floor. I don't care.
But you don't necessarily sleep for a short rest. You're just sort of there, sort of like take a few minutes, not doing anything strenuous.
Yeah, even if you're just inside one of the caravans, just
functionally
slumped like
catching your
it's
breath, Lottie,
Slumped up against a
because they
tree.
were digging holes and looting, and then he was setting up the camp and everything.
Looting!
They weren't effectively resting.
Yeah.
I'm then up against a tree, just like.
Yeah. As much as I wanted to rest, I'm just like. I should really bury them.
Yeah. Oh, I should have got barefoot to do it. Fuck.
So we have. He's doing some other bits,
Yeah, I
setting
figured,
up some
I
other
figured.
stuff around you as well. So he is doing stuff. So we have had a dying state with a couple of death rolls. Didn't go too badly. 1 success, 1 fail, so you weren't too close.
Many crit damages.
I did a
Both
whole-
player and DM.
Yeah. There's been a couple of them.
I did a whole lot of guarding. Yeah.
So slightly tougher fight there. How do you guys feel that went for you then?
I cast many bullets.
I feel that could have gone better.
Could have gone worse.
But yeah, it could have gone worse because I was in the middle. I'm just like, I got 4 of them on me, even with the dodge action, I was still expecting them to be pummeling me into the ground. I felt I was a bit lucky there.
They were effectively mooks. So at disadvantage, they had crap or crapper to hit you.
Plus side, I think Gal's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, he's just like, I'll help a little bit, and then
I'll supervise. If I think they're getting too far behind, I'll kick one of them
Based on
in
the
the head.
fact that you do know him, you kind of get the feeling that he was kind of observing your progress, almost like gauging how you were doing, and trying not to like do the fighting for you guys.
I'll keep an eye, and if I get too far screwed, I'll step in, kind of thing.
He was confident that you guys were alright.
Yeah, that's why it's just like near the end of the fight. And yeah, they're fine. They'll be fine. Do not worry.
So yeah.
So cool. It's a lot of combat. So thank you very much, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. So are we still on next week, or is it the week after that we're not on?
Why aren't we on?
Because I thought it was Tuesday you were taking a day off at one point.
No, it's one of the Sundays. Not Sundays, Saturdays.
Okay, I'm thinking the wrong day.
Yeah, it's Saturday that you're thinking of.
Okay, never mind. So anyway, so join us next week as we continue where we've left off. And me and Cassus will be continuing, with the God of War on Saturday.
Boy.
I keep telling you we need to set up a shared calendar.
There we do. So thank you very much again, guys, and hope to see some of you next time. Bye for now.